Okay, that's it. We're sorted. We are live, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to you all. And yes, it's a Sunday that the game has just kicked off for me. I'm slightly delayed to you guys, as you know, because I'm watching it on the Xbox. And I've got the Skins New York Giants game on my laptop as well. So we're fully loaded. We've got various games going on here tonight, guys. So welcome to everybody. It's England versus Senegal. How are you, Vincey? What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm all good. So I've got a bit of a cold going on, but yeah, like yourself, I'm in between NFL and the World Cup.
Yeah.
Big game for us later on at 9 o'clock, but against the 49ers as a Dolphins fan. But yeah, this is a good opportunity for England tonight to a tricky game, but they can do the business and set up a match against France.
So thoughts on the team sheet: Pickford in goal, Walker, fantastic that Walker's kept his position. Shaw's moved to the other side. Declan Rice, John Stones, Maguire, Jordan Henderson. Yeah, I'm not sure about Jordan Henderson. Yeah, that's a weird one. Jordan Henderson's a weird one. Kane, Saka's come back in, preferably for Rashford. Foden kept his place, and then so was Jude Bellingham. What's your thoughts on the team sheet?
I can understand why Henderson's in there. I mean, this is going to be a physical battle in the midfield. So he's going to put himself about, and it's a case of England take their chances. They'll be in a good position for the second half. The problem is if he could have gone the other way and had skillful players. You could have played like Rashford, or you could have played a Grealish and fouls potentially. You know what it's like first game. Yeah. I mean, first half. A lot of fouls get committed, and you can lose some skillful players for the rest of the tournament. So you've got to kind of play it by halves. I believe Jordan can do a job for 45 minutes. Second half, England can bring on pace and trickery and cause Senegal problems.
Excellent. Ebony, how are you, man?
I'm all right, thank you, guys. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. And I see, Ebony, you see me sporting the kappa there, the Jamaican top in the house. Boy, just shining the red, gold, and green for everybody there.
We'll be there in 4 years.
Hopefully. What's your thoughts on the team sheet?
I would have loved to have seen Ramsdale there, but then that's just my own bias. Glad to see Kyle Walker there, because I think he offers a better defensive shield. Yeah. Luke Shaw, I still find him suspect. Declan Rice hasn't really impressed me. Neither has John Stones. Harry Maguire.
Oh, through ball to Senegal there, running on to England. Could be 1-0. Oh, he's bubbled the ball at his feet.
I think I'm ahead of you, Apollo. I'm on 440.
Yeah, all of you should be ahead of me because I'm watching the app, the ITV app.
So am I.
I'm on the app on my Xbox. So you definitely be ahead of me. That was a very, very close call there, guys. Ebony.
Sorry, I'm on just 4 minutes, and Senegal could have had a chance. You got two defenders on him, and the ball just rolls into Pickford's arms.
Yeah,
he could have quite easily had a shot from once he got into the 18-yard box. Quite easily, he was in a good position, outside of the right foot, or put his foot through that. He could have, if he had that confidence, take a strike. But it was a shame that he bobbled it.
Guys, Senegal caused England some concern with their first attack, and this Dia breezes past Maguire. Maguire, no pace there. He just ran through Maguire. He looked like he was running through on mud, Maguire. Unfortunately, it was John Stones that came in there and managed to pick up the ball. He got a touch to it. It looks like it bobbled under Dia's feet, and then safety rolls into the path of Pickford. Danger signs there already, guys. Let's not forget that Senegal are the current African nations champions, and they're missing a whole plethora of players. They've got 3 players out who played in the competition already, plus Mane has missed the World Cup. So they're not at their strongest, guys. However, international teams should have more depth than normal club championship teams. So when it's international football, you should be able to pull on more resources, more players at this level. So let's see how they cope. But so far, England passing the ball. I'm on 5 minutes and 50 seconds. England passing the ball at the back, and they just don't look like they've got a clue. They're getting pressed by Senegal. They just don't know where to go with the ball here. And are they out of trouble?
Backwards, sideways so far that I'm seeing.
Yeah, Senegal win the ball back. England are now pressing. And then
Senegal can get at England with their pace and strength.
Yeah, free kick to England.
England's centre backs are quite poor with pace, and that's really what the story is going to be of this game. If they can take their chances, could be a long night for England.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, sweetie. 18 says, let's go Senegal. We've got all the Americans coming in now with this anti. Oh my God, we've got the nationality in this stream is ridiculous. By the way, Gary, big shout out to you. I've sent you the link if you want to join the stream. Cam says he's left out Rashford. The Mason Mount disaster. No, Mason Mount's not playing, mate. Mount isn't playing. England Mount an attack. It comes across the middle, and it's well defended and it's well cleared. He says, it sucks that Senegal are missing 3 players who would normally start. Feels like they've had a fighting chance, but without your best attackers and better midfielders, it's tough. Gary says, come on, England. Evening to you, Gary. Gary says he's on his way. He's going to join the stream. And Gary says, come on, 49ers. He's a 49ers fan. Well, Washington are up 13-10 against the Giants at the moment, guys. So that's just keeping you nice and heady for the NFL. Busy night tonight, guys. I actually had dinner at the mother-in-law's down in West London, down in East London. So when everybody was around the table eating the chicken and everything, I said, guys, gotta go, man. I got the Skins versus Giants at 6. I got a stream at 7 to do for England Senegal. I'm out. So I've left my family at the mother-in-law's house, and then doing this stream now. Gary, how are you getting on, bro? What's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Disappointed to see Rashford not in. I don't think there's a need for 3 in midfield. I'd have liked to see Rashford, Foden behind Kane and Saka on the other side, with just Rice and Bellingham. So, but that's cautious Gareth Southgate in it for you.
Being very cautious.
He never takes a risk.
And I'm supporting Ebony here because I think this would have been a good game for Ramsdale with his distribution.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that's where, when you've got a team that are sitting in, sometimes when you've got the keeper that can knock that ball long, you know, pinpoint.
Bellingham with the cross.
It could be a good bonus.
Saka picks up the loose cross here. Looks like it's coming back in. He cuts it back to Kyle Walker, and it just goes back into the midfield. G saying, hey, dude, Southgate really playing with no creativity here. Foden and Saka need to do their job, and Bellingham make those runs. That? Don't understand Henderson's selection.
Skimmy.
You're gonna see some talent from Harry Maguire at around 9:25.
I'm on 9:20 now.
I can't really comment on it. I can't. Just can't.
Did you say 9:25? I'm on 9:25 now.
9:45. I just can't.
9:45. All right. I'm on 9:35 at the moment.
I won't comment on it.
Right, Harry Maguire with the first touch of Medusa the Titan.
Can't believe I'm just watching that on the international game.
You know what, guys? In fairness, like, he's had a good tournament. Maguire's had a good tournament. So
nah, man. Listen, Apollo. You have a good tournament, yeah. But to do that you beat the defender and you hoof the ball like that. I don't want to see that on my TV.
Sorry, they got the crowd of the Senegal fans there dancing, so I just have to jump in and get my groove on. Ebony, let me see you move. Let me see you. That's what I'm talking about. Look at the support out there, bro. And Gary, you didn't know I got my Reggae Boys Jamaican top on here, so I just thought I'd come in and support my boys who ain't at the World Cup, but they might be in the next 4 years.
I'm supporting England. I want England to go through.
England France should be a good game.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, France looks so good, man. Jeez, France.
I think England's going to go all the way. They're going to get to the final.
You're arguing which Mbappe goal was better, the first or the second. I mean, the second was Thierry Henry-esque.
Oh, Saka!
The strike was just a beautiful strike.
Oh,
yeah.
By lovely control by Giroud for that goal as well.
Yep, yeah.
Giroud's still doing it, isn't he?
He is.
Giroud's still doing it.
It's been all England in this last 5 minutes, guys. England seem to be finding some useful
Oh, you've got to pass that, Bellingham.
It's really down to Coyote and Guy in the midfield. So there's not much protection for the back line with the formation that they're playing. I mean, this is a situation where Saka and Foden should be licking their lips with the amount of space they have.
England go close.
Yeah.
Good cross by Harry Kane, just eluded Saka in the middle.
Yeah, I can see Saka on the ball now, about to cross the ball, and the ball comes in from Saka. And it doesn't connect with anybody.
Live. This is like, I'm on 11:30.
You're looking about 12 minutes, 12:10, something like that it was.
Yeah, I'm on 11:55, Ebony. Ebony, just go and download the app. IT is a free app.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
The app is for free.
I should do that.
I think there was just too much on the... Lee Dixon's calling it a missed opportunity, but I think there was just a little bit too much on the cross.
Yeah, it was too much.
Kane?
If that's a Giroud going in on that, that's a diving header all day long to Tubman 6-4.
Yeah.
But Saka's never going to do that.
Yeah, he's not getting that.
Whew. Tense, guys.
Pass it, Kane. There's the ball up. Oh, Henderson.
Why is Henderson in
Harry
there,
Kane.
Gary?
No, sorry, Harry Kane battles well. He lays the ball to Henderson. Saka is wide open. First time ball. Henderson dallies, then plays the ball and it's shepherded out of play.
But Gary, again, why Henderson?
But if he would have passed that first time, Saka was through. You're going to see it. You're going to see it now. Kane battles well, passes it to Henderson. Saka's wide open, edge of the area. Just a first time ball. He holds it for a couple of seconds, then tries to lay it down the line, and the defender can shepherd it out.
So at the moment, guys, I've just seen it come up on my screen. Cam is saying again why I just asked Gary, why is Henderson so important to England? I think if you look at it, guys, to have somebody with the reputation, he's a Premier League winner, the pride and you know, Henderson's also his relationship with Gareth Southgate. That's something with it. Sometimes managers just trust players more than others. We've seen it with Arteta and Xhaka. You know, he's not been the most popular Arsenal player in the dressing room and in the fan base, but at the same time, the manager trusts him. So these are one of these things. Every team's got those players, guys. Every team has those players.
I understand the importance of having him around the squad, but not in the actual team.
I mean, could you imagine Henderson playing against France? If you're telling me
No.
I mean, Calvin Phillips all day long. What was wrong with what he did? Calvin Phillips took this team to the final with Declan Rice. Yet he can't even make the frigging team in the World Cup.
Favorites.
And it was getting to the point where it was because of Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice where England kept 7 clean sheets. You know, it's the reason why they broke that record and was able to sort of play off each other. And at times you were wondering which one was better than the other because they were bouncing off each other so well. And at the moment, you've just disrupted that. Calvin Phillips, he's got a bit of playing time, but he's definitely not starting, which is, you know, maybe that move to Man City where he's played 1 game this season, guys. 1 game at Man City. Shocking. Should have gone to Arsenal. You know Thomas
If
Partey
he went to
can't-
Arsenal, then he'll be sitting behind the man like Xhaka. So
No, yeah,
I would have taken
no,
Phillips.
no, they would have played them at the 4 or the 6, Vincey. They would have played them. Same thing with Declan Rice. They'd have played him at the 4 or the 6. They'd have been
Arsenal
back
would have
up to
played him at
Thomas
the 4 and the
Partey.
6.
Yeah.
Oh,
They wouldn't
great
play
touch.
So who misses out?
Well, it'd be
Harry
Thomas Partey's
Kane.
replacement. That's what I'm saying. It'd be Thomas
Yeah, but
Partey's
Partey was
replacement.
playing, man.
Yeah,
Well, no,
Vincey,
Partey was in.
you're saying about
Partey
Harry
was injured, he
Maguire.
was
Do you
up.
see that Kane? Do you see that touch from Harry Kane?
Yeah, I saw it.
But yeah, he's world class.
That, your response said it all, Vincey.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw it.
Gary, are you putting Obi on the stream because are you saying England are full of donkeys there?
No, man, it's just,
Well, no, it's in a
We have a
game like
standard.
this at this level. Your touch has got to be better than that.
we have a
For
standard
a
of
player
football.
like Harry Kane, your touch has got to be better than that. When the ball's played into your feet and you can't control it. Oh,
Senegal, not. Oh, he's got past him. Oh, that was lucky there by Harry Maguire. You know the thing is, Gary and Ebony and Vincey, there are so many England players here that's athletically challenged. You know, some of them no pace, no fluid hip
Two
movements.
Harrys. The two
Quite a
Harrys.
few of them. Quite a few of them. Kane's got no pace.
I know. The two
but you know it
Harrys.
shows really bad because we're used to watching Arsenal week in, week out, and we see the fluidity of the team. They're all athletic. They can all get up and down. And it's when you watch it and you see like Harry Maguire, you think, where's the pace there?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it shows really bad.
That's a good tackle there from Saka. Saka just won the ball back there after Kyle Walker lost possession. I mean, guys, look, I'm looking at the game and I'm being subjective here. I'm trying to be a neutral. That's why I put my Jamaican top on. You know, you're looking at the England team here. Is this team good enough to beat France?
No,
I mean, I'm look. So many players are just.
They can beat
are
France.
just-
They can beat
Really,
France. The problem with
really,
France,
with this team, bro.
it's not about with this team. The problem is, you know, you keep Mbappe quiet, you've got a chance at beating France. Okay, so you've got to have a game plan to play against France.
can
And it shows
Mbappe
today.
outrun Walker?
It's just England just have a tendency to just play like they don't have an idea of how to play football.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like they know what they're doing. I don't think that midfield is their best midfield by far.
But France are beatable. You know,
Oh yeah, 100%.
you know, Mbappe is a different caliber player at that age to be doing what he's doing. But you keep him quiet, the rest of that French team, that midfield looks just dire.
Bro, all I can say is, man, we will never know until it happens when it's France and England. And if it does
That's
happen,
if it happens.
if it does happen, I don't think that. I think it'd be 2-0 France. I just can't see. I mean, England's strengths are in the flanks. They're very dangerous in the winger positions. But that's unfortunately for good teams. That's the easiest. That's in terms of angles, gap play. That's the easiest part of the game to defend. It's harder through the middle when you've got technical
It's got to
players.
be a corner. It has to be a corner.
Hey, listen, guys. Did you see the crowd shot there where the England fans were in the stands waving the flags, and the Senegal people were just?
They're all having a party.
Of course.
So I didn't see that. I've got my screen full on NFL. I'm gonna go watch it.
Vincey, what game you watching?
Oh, right now I'm watching the Vikings against the Jets.
What's the score?
It's 17-3 to Minnesota.
I told you I went for the Vikings on that. A lot of people on our forum went for the Jets. Guys, if you're not on our forum and you're into NFL, go to Facebook and go to Between the Numbers. That's a page that Vincey set up. And we're there. We love American football. It's more kind of a UK American football page than anything. But go to Facebook and go to Between the Numbers and check out Vincey's page there. And me and Vincey are on it morning, noon, and night, having fun, we've only got about 50 guys on the page, but we it's growing, and we're going to have it to the point where maybe one day we'll be streaming some live NFL games on there.
Right, England have got a free kick.
You can do our own red zone, Vincey.
Yeah, I believe. See, the problem with it, I'm looking at this game and I'm saying a Sterling would be quite good right now.
Pickford, you just put that out. What's the point of that?
Yeah, my cousin's in hospital, so I'm not sure whether you heard, Vincey. So he's had to leave the team to go and see her.
Sorry?
I'm not sure whether you've heard. My cousin's in hospital, so he's had to leave the team to go and see her. He's coming back home. He's on the plane now, actually, as we speak.
I didn't know.
I hope she's all right, mate.
Yeah, it's been nearly a week actually. So I'm surprised, but he's probably had to get permission in order to leave. So that's what I think it is.
I hope it's nothing serious, mate.
Yeah, it should be okay. But
Harry Maguire.
He loves his girl, innit?
Must score. Come on, son.
Oh, as he missed.
Talk to me, guys. Talk to me.
I'm 21 minutes.
So Harry Maguire scuffs the clearance. It gets knocked back down the line. Senegal cross the ball. He's onside. He's onside.
No, he's offside initially at the start.
Yeah, Senegal crossed the ball. The striker shot gets blocked. It runs through. There's another Senegal player. Oh, they're asking for handball. And it comes off Stones' arm.
Right, I'm on 21 minutes and 55 seconds. I'm 22 minutes now.
Yeah, 22 minutes you're going to see it.
Yeah.
But the Senegal striker's shot is blocked. It runs through, and there's another Senegal player behind him who puts it over the bar.
Yeah, I saw it. I've just seen it here. It's so is it on VAR at the moment?
No.
Are they checking?
No, check's been clear. They're checking, yeah. Check was clear.
Now.
I love it. The referee's telling the players to shut up. I love it. Crying out for penalty, you just tell them, man. SO, man.
This referee's rude.
That's what referees should do.
Sometimes you got to tell them, man, listen, man, Kibber.
You remember Uriah Rennie?
Yeah.
Uriah Rennie was the one, weren't he? Never wanted to no rubbish from no one.
Just look at them.
To be fair, it didn't actually. Hold on. There was more ball to hand.
The thing is, though, you get a penalty for things like that.
Offside, I think. Is it offside?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Cam says, Gary, our midfielders. What do you mean, Gary? You should be talking to me, mate. It says Gary, our midfielders will always be too limited to play a real creative number 10 ahead of two centre midfielders.
At the moment, Rice hasn't touched the ball. Bellingham is playing in an advanced position, and Henderson, I don't even know what he's doing.
I don't know what Henderson's doing either.
Harry Maguire, get lost.
Maguire looks so slow when being faced up. Donkey dude. Saka needs to be further forward. Two good crosses unanswered.
Maguire.
I've got it yet to come.
The thing is, though, they've got to play to Foden and Saka's strengths. And at the moment, they're not even getting the ball out wide to them. Every time they've gone to Saka, he looked dangerous.
He's in the midfield. He's not dropping short to get the ball. That's Declan Rice. This is not looking good for England.
But they're not playing it into Declan Rice or Henderson.
No, they're
not.
knocking
it about the back. It's like one out ball, innit? There's no fluidity in this play.
Well, hold on, guys. Hold on.
What's this backwards, sideways? Oh, for goodness sake.
Now use it, Henderson. That's it. Use it. That's it. Good. Well played. Switch. Sit. See how easy that was, Vincey, when they actually wanted to go forward. And it just makes you think to yourself, why are they bothering with this nonsense? You to me to you, like Chuckle Brothers.
Midfield. Look at the midfield. You see, Saka's on the he's on the right hand side, and he's had to come all the way on the left hand side to link up play.
Because they're rubbish. Look how deep he is right now.
And Foden was hugging the left hand side all that time, and he didn't even touch the ball.
No, it was a decent link up with Saka going over the other side of the pitch, but then it gets broken down. But there's no one running from midfield, so you can't. Who's going to cross the ball to? Harry Kane's being marked by 2-3 defenders.
I think they're trying to do what Holland did to the USA, trying to play it to the back, forward, so that they can actually catch.
Henderson's too far.
See where Pickford's got the ball now. So where Pickford's got the ball now, if that was Ramsdale, he can launch that ball. He can launch that ball diagonally.
Gary, did you see what Henderson was doing? He swapped with Saka like as if he was going for a long ball, and then England lost the ball in midfield.
Yeah, but why is Henderson now? He's now Henderson playing now in Saka's position.
That's strange tactic.
Saka's touched infield, but look at all the space down the line. Look, to throw the ball, but no, come short and let's play it back. It's
interesting tactics.
I don't even think it's a tactic, is it? I'm not even sure what you call it, Vinci.
Well, it's definitely something that Henderson's trying to do. So that's almost like as if they want to go long, and Henderson's going to be the ones that
it's almost like they've seen Saka getting in advanced positions, isn't they? And they're trying to replicate it with Henderson.
I'm just a bit. You want to make sure we've still got the ball before you make those moves in midfield, because we lose that ball.
Could have turned their Foden.
Leaves us open. Ball movement is shocking.
You could have controlled it better than that.
The thing is, when Foden and Saka get the ball, you can see that they're trying to make things happen, but no one else in the team is giving them an option. Every time Saka and Foden get the ball, they want to make things happen, but they've got no support. There's no fullback on the overlap. There's no midfielder showing towards the penalty area. Harry Kane's isolated over in the middle. I just don't get what's going on.
You know what? This will end up in penalties.
Oh, what's happened there? What happened there? They're trying to say Saka elbowed him to the floor.
I've yet. Are you watching it on ITV?
Yeah.
I need to get on this because this play is actually God.
Is that player working well for you, Ebony? It works well for me.
Yeah, but I'm behind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I've got no choice, because if I watch it in my front room on my big LG OLED TV, then I'm not doing the stream. So and then I'm not doing the guys' comments in the chat room, so I don't have a choice. 18 saying, who's Ebony supporting? And,
Senegal.
He's saying, Apollo, careful you don't get cancelled wearing that Reggae Boys top. Oh, funny, bro. They could try and cancel me, but it ain't gonna work, man. They can try and cancel me. John Stones, England have been. Let's see what's going on here in terms of England are finding this game very difficult. I mean, there's been no real clear-cut chances.
Senegal had the best chance, and he bobbled it.
Yeah.
England has been wasteful.
But England are making it difficult for themselves.
Absolutely wasteful. No,
I was just saying, Apollo.
It's like there's no penetration. Well, not much anyway.
I haven't seen no intelligent passing, Vinci. What intelligent passing have you seen? I ain't seen none.
No, I'm just saying that the intelligence of passing has been poor.
Oh, sorry, the intelligence of passing. Sorry, I stand corrected.
It's been poor. It's just. I was saying, if there was another World Cup game, I would have switched over already. This ain't good. This ain't good for my health, man.
You want England to win?
I want England to win, but I also want to see decent football, and I'm seeing nonsense.
And ball.
Send it. Have a shot. Have a shot. Oh, good save. Great save, Pickford. Great save. England hanging on.
This is
Hanging
mad. This
on.
is mad. This is mad. G
Great
saying,
save.
I saw Foden on the team sheet today. Where is he? Henderson standing at the number 10 position doing nothing. You're only bitching because America got knocked out, bro. He says, he's only bitching because America got knocked out. He says, I'm seeing why this England side couldn't score against us in the USA.
USA are still waiting for the fourth quarter, aren't they?
You know what? You can't argue with them right now with the way how they're playing. This isn't England at their best. They're making it look hard.
Yeah, but they're, you know, when you used to see, like Wenger always used to say, they're playing with the handbrake on.
Oh, it's a great save by Pickford.
You know, and that's what they're doing. There's no real desire to get forward here and make something happen. We've seen Saka get down the line twice. We haven't seen Foden in the game. Henderson is non-existent. Rice is non-existent. The game's really being played between Pickford, Stones, Maguire, and Luke Shaw and Kyle Walker.
Yeah, Senegal's had the better chances, guys. They've had the better chances here.
They've had less of the ball, but they've had a better chances.
Maguire, why are you lumping it up to Foden to jump and get the ball? I mean, seriously?
Harry Kane's now dropped deep.
Harry Kane's been deep since the tournament started, mate. He's so deep.
And Kane overruns the ball and we lose it.
Hey, Gary, Harry Kane is so deep, only the fishes at the bottom of the ocean can hear him. He's been playing deep. He's been playing deep since the World Cup started, mate. It's no. How many goals has he got in the World Cup so far? None.
It's a big fat zero.
Yeah, it's because it's like I said, you can't score if you're not in the box. You can't score if you're not in the box.
Wow.
And Senegal fans are loving it.
I'm loving that lion.
I was just going to say that, but I'm pouring myself a drink.
Well, Deshaun Watson isn't having a great outing against Houston, even though Cleveland are 7-3 up, I think it is.
Oh,
this is mad. G saying this has all the hallmarks of a smash and grab Senegalese win. I want England to lose so badly. Hey, bro. Hey, that's the only way how you can deal with the pain, isn't it? That's the only way you can deal with the pain of losing.
Saka needs some support, man. He's just so.
And you know what? Point in time, I think what will be great for England today is if they went through on penalties.
At this point in time, it's pointless Foden and Saka being on the pitch.
Yeah, true.
If it does go to penalties, who should take them?
Saka. All five of them.
I don't know who to take them. I just think at some stage England have got to get over this penalties in tournaments and just win one.
Oh, look at, come on, man, England. Just giving the ball away at will. Another terrible ball out of defence from Stones.
Don't jump in. Walker, you're having a mare. Don't jump in.
That's a great save by Pickford. G's looking at all the beautiful women. Yeah, they had the shots of a couple of the women down there as well. They had a couple of shots of the women.
England need to dribble with the ball, man, because you're not going to get
right now like this. Oh, Harry Kane just played simple ball, man.
He's trying to be the hero.
That's it. Well, the ball should have gone to Luke Shaw in the first place.
Did you guys enjoy Messi having a little run around the other night?
I didn't see that much.
Didn't watch it. I was on the bus.
I watched it, and I've been saying how poor Messi has been at international level, and how he's not led his team to a title before. And look, I thought he played a great game, but is it enough for them to win the World Cup? I don't think it would be. But it was nice to see him shine the old torch. You can see how much the fans love him as well, and they
Oh,
needed
Carl
a performance
Walker,
like that.
why would you do that?
I think Australia were just at times were enjoying just watching Messi as
You know what?
opposed to putting in challenges, because you know what I mean, him running through the midfield the way he was running was quite ridiculous. But the guy's a talent, you know, it's lovely to see.
I agree. Your best players on your teams need to play their best football at this point in time. And not a lot of, you know, if you look at, and we can talk about Lewandowski, Robert Lewandowski, he's had a poor World Cup. The game I watched today, again, he had a second
Did you see his penalty?
It was
his
awful.
First penalty.
It was
the first penalty
ridiculous.
was rubbish.
I mean, if it's not, penalties are supposed to be an art of placing a ball in a certain spot. It's not supposed to be a game of chicken or cat and mouse. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to set the goalkeeper up and then wait to see which way he dives before you kick the ball.
Start, stumble,
Foolishness.
hop, skip for the jump.
The penalty that the Ghanaian took. That was terrible.
Yeah, it was. It was terrible. Oh God.
This is the worst 40 minutes I've seen in my life.
A step limit with penalties that will cut out a lot of that nonsense, because then it would be a lot of it will be instinctive.
What Carl Walker's trying to do there.
Great play by Senegal. Unlucky. This is Senegal knocking the ball back. They got people moving into space. They got people running. England have got none of that.
All right. So according to my screen, Senegal have got a free kick.
What minute you on?
36-40. I'm looking at Koulibaly right now.
A minute behind us.
I'm 37 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh, should have flicked it. Play it.
Go on, Bellingham. Must score.
Go on, Bellingham. Oh, finished. Yes.
Jordan Henderson. And he can do that. He supports the midfield. The attack. He can do that. Good goal, Jordan.
Wow, guys! Wow. So that's it, guys. England.
To be fair, though, he could have missed that. But that's what you need. If you're going to have three in midfield, you've got to have a runner. We had two runners there. Bellingham got down the side, and the other one arrives in the box because Harry Kane played the ball for Bellingham. Perfect.
Excellent goal.
They haven't been in the game, but you know what? They're clinical.
They've definitely been the second best, haven't they, today, Vincey?
Yeah, but that's the first.
They haven't been in the game. The football's been poor. But this is the thing with England. They have opportunities to cause teams trouble in the final third. They've just got to get there. And how they get there is the biggest challenge for England.
Yeah.
But if they get there, they can put the ball in the back of the net. And it's not just relying on their striker who hasn't scored. It's shown, you've got players all over the pitch who can score goals.
Do you know what? Seeing that replay, the keeper should have really saved that.
He could have saved that.
Yeah, the keeper should have really saved that.
And
seeing that replay.
England had two players in the box. They had Henderson and Saka. So that's showing you that where England are playing their ball is in the midfield.
That's a great through ball there to Bellingham, I believe. Yeah,
but see, that's the first time in 38 minutes we've had runners. First time. Yeah. And we open them up like a can of beans.
Yeah.
But the first time, why has it taken 39 minutes for you to do that?
Big Blue takes the lead. Big Blue takes the lead, 19-13.
Yeah,
Who?
Giants. Giants.
We had a fumble. We fumbled the ball.
Come on, Senegal, man! I need to see better than this in the second half. Take your chances.
Oh man! So, guys, that's it. It was a little bit of quality there from England, and they worked the ball down the left. It was Foden's ball out to Kane from a deep position, slides the ball through. It was a great pass to Bellingham, and Bellingham puts the ball into the box. Henderson runs it first time and puts it beyond Mendy.
Oh, Harry Kane!
Oh my God, he put it on a plate for him.
I can't do this.
He put it on a plate.
I can't do this.
Saka has absolutely served that up with a tea towel over his arm on a silver tray. Have a bit of that, son. And Harry Kane, it's Rose Dead.
I'm gonna have to watch this blind. Listen to you guys, because I can't watch this.
Listen, I've got this to come.
This is foolishness.
Honestly, that is. If Harry Kane wasn't in form in the Premier League, right? Then you'd have. But he scored goals for fun in the Premier League.
Nah.
I'm watching it now. I'm watching it now.
Nah, you could.
Yeah,
nah.
Oh, I love the slap up. Good knock.
Yeah, he fluffed his lines.
Nah. I can't.
I've got it to come, people. I've got it to come.
But see that every time they go to Saka, something happens. He's just put one on a plate for Kane. He scooped it over the bar. He's almost found Foden with a little glancing header. You know. But yet we want to.
You know
England
what?
want to mess around doing nothing.
I'm going to say this now. I just want to know. I just wonder whether or not Southgate is bold enough to play Rashford against France.
That's definitely a no.
Because that will cause France some problems.
I mean, we're talking about Southgate and tactics in the same sentence, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, but there's a reason why he was dropped. Must score.
Hey!
Oh,
Cross it! Shaw! Oh my God! What's he done?
On your left foot.
What's he done?
You can't pick a pass. You cannot pick a pass on your left foot.
How has he done that, Vincey? The
Seriously?
ball was there. All he had to do was roll it across. Saka's in the middle. What is he doing?
I understand what Mourinho's talking about. You looked up.
Why did he take a touch? Just roll it first time.
Can't.
He didn't need to take the touch.
I need to go wash the dishes, man.
Vincey, you wash or wipe?
I'll have to wash it. Take my time, wash the dishes.
So, guys, it's Bellingham again.
Can't do
Bellingham again.
Saka's just taking a heavy challenge now. Saka.
That would have been a game, you know.
Yeah.
That should have been 2-0. Saka was raring into the box. All Shaw had to do was roll it first time. He didn't need a touch. He just had to roll it. Yeah, the keeper should do better there, Mendy. Steering the goal again. He's got to get an hand to that.
But it's Mendy as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give credit to Henderson on his finish, because it's not a clean shot, but it's a shot that fools the goalkeeper, because he's expecting it to come at more pace.
You had
Well, the main thing, Vince, he's got it on target.
Yeah.
And when you're that close, any shot on target has got a chance of going in. But when you look at it, the keeper's going to be disappointed with that. I would expect my keeper to at least get a hand to that. It wasn't bulleted into the net, you know.
But sometimes you don't have to do that. Go on, Declan. Go on, send it back post.
Look, Harry Kane can't even keep up with play. Look,
shocking ball.
Harry Kane can't even keep up with play. He couldn't even get into the box.
Shocking ball, Declan.
That's shocking from Harry Kane.
G saying England winning is so underdeserved. It's disgusting.
I agree with you, Greg.
Oh, you're giving me pure joke today, man. You're giving me pure joke.
Nah, man. Listen, they've been outplayed in the first half, but they're turning on quality chances now. So if they go on and win this, you can't say it's undeserved.
You know what it's like? It's almost like they had 38 minutes to look at Senegal and think, yeah, we can play in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Normally a team would do it after 15 minutes, wouldn't they? But England took 38.
I think it would have been a totally different game if Senegal had scored first. But they've still got a chance in this.
Well, at 1-0, you're always in the game, aren't you?
But Senegal have played good football, so they just got to believe in themselves and get back to doing it. Problem is now...
That's it. Well done, Henderson.
The problem is now...
Get up, Harry Kane, man. laying on the floor like Tom Daly just got out of the pool. Jesus Christ, man.
Tails up.
So, guys, it's another stat coming in here. It's England, 7 different World Cup scorers at this World Cup now for England. It's the first time that that's ever happened. Well, it's England.
The ball hit Saka's leg. Why is that a free kick? The ball hit his leg.
This referee hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Seriously.
The guy cuts inside Saka. The ball comes off Saka's leg. The guy runs into Saka. Ref gives a free kick. But Saka's won the ball.
Yeah, and there's 2 minutes added
leg.
on time for the first half, guys.
It's
2
a
minutes added on
cheap
time.
foul. That's all it is, a cheap foul.
But it can't be a foul, Vince, if the ball come off Saka's leg.
Nah, the thing is, it's like, you know when you run into players, when I call it cheap, when an attacking player runs into another player to get the foul. That's all that happened. And the referee gives it. It's just a cheap foul. You know, football's got to that point now where, you know what, you can do a little skill and put the ball forward and run into somebody, and that's it. You're getting a free kick.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Where's
Must be a goal. Come on, Bellingham.
play it, switch it.
Make the pass. That's it. One more. Must score. If you don't
Play
score,
that.
then you give you off. There
Come
you
on,
go.
Kane.
2-0.
Yes, Harry Kane. Had to be. Could not miss.
Couldn't miss, but Bellingham took
Could
forever
not
to
miss.
get that ball out to Philip Foden.
So remember, guys, when I
thought
said
I thought that ball should have gone ages ago.
He
Yeah,
took
but that was-
ages.
and guys, remember, there's only supposed to be 2 minutes of injury time, and he scores 3 minutes into injury time.
I know.
But I just said that
And the rest blown the whistle.
And I just said that England had 7 different goal scorers. Now they've got 8 different goal scorers in the competition, which is the first time that they've ever done that.
But this is where Bellingham should have passed the ball. Right there, look. He didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But see there, that Senegalese player has got to foul Bellingham. Once he goes past him, he's got to bring him down. That's the free kick that you take for the team and the yellow card, if that's the case. Because look, the ball ends up in the net 5 seconds later. If he brings him down, they're 1-0 at half time and it's happy days.
And guys, let's remember Senegal are missing 3 of their top players in this.
That's
World
what annoys
Cup
me
in
with
this
Arsenal.
game.
They don't give away these cheap free kicks way down in other people's off. Yeah, that don't matter. The history books will only record that England win.
Exactly. But again, look who runs through the midfield. It's Bellingham that is the heart of everything.
Yeah,
Bellingham's the guy that's setting everything up. You don't get assists for creating those chances there, but every time you see England doing well, it's Bellingham picking the ball up, going through 1 or 2 players and playing the ball in a position of strength. So listen, this guy's 19 years old,
right
man.
now from a paramedic view.
I mean, let's have it right. In that first half, you've had Saka, Bellingham, Foden, creating everything that England have done good has come through one of them 3 players.
Yeah.
You know, Saka put one on the plate for Kane. He scoops it over the bar. He almost finds Foden with a glancing header. There's a couple of chances, 2 chances created there. That was in the space of 2 minutes in that half.
Yeah. For
Towards the end.
real.
Oh God, I can't even stand watching these England supporters.
And then you got Bellingham puts Foden through. Foden squares it for Kane to score. So again, Bellingham, Foden involved in another goal.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me see what I put on my super
Senegal have
six.
been poor.
You still watch everything?
Senegal have been poor.
I think they've been okay. I don't think they've been electric, but I think they really just let England have possession, and then they tried to pick up stuff on the counter, which they were quite adept at. Could have probably had a goal or 2, maybe a goal.
I put 2-1 on this one.
Yeah. I think they've done well so far, but by no means have Senegal dominated possession. And I think that's the difference in this game. The fact that England's had the ball more, then they've been able to do more with it. And the frustration for everybody watching was that England wasn't doing anything with the ball. Let me just put this half time here.
But then again, England have, there's been a lot of backwards, sideways, and it took them over half an hour to actually get across that line.
And that's the frustration that Gary's talking about tactically. At times, they just don't look like they've got a clue with what they're supposed to be doing.
They do that against France, they get beat.
But the annoying thing for me, is that, and it happens with Arsenal as well. We see them effing about, trying to backwards, forwards, sideways, and it's like they've got no confidence. Then all of a sudden, something happens, and you think, why didn't we just do that from the start? Why didn't we just do that like 20 minutes ago, for argument's sake? We just cut them open. I've seen it happen with Arsenal numerous times. I've seen it happen with England. England's a lot worse than Arsenal, but you just think, 38 minutes, we've gone bish bam bomb, 1-0. Another 10 minutes later, bish bam bomb, 2-0. And you think, what's all the mucking about for? Let's go win the game, and then you can make subs, rest players, because there's an important game coming up on Saturday.
Gary, do you know what it is? It's like you get your team talk and you're following the instructions, but the players aren't expressing themselves on the pitch. And then all of a sudden it takes somebody to express themselves and use their talent and ability, open up the game, and it's a completely simple game.
And that player is Bellingham.
He made mistakes in order for England to score those goals. I just think that England have been preying on Senegal to make mistakes, which they have done, and that's the only way that England have actually been able to score. Otherwise, they've actually defended quite well.
Yeah, I think Bellingham's been the difference in the game, to be honest. At the moment, he's just
the game changed once we had runners coming from midfield.
Yeah.
Once Bellingham and Henderson went through.
Yeah, and the pace of the passes.
Kane dropping deep, playing the ball through for Bellingham to run. He crossed for Henderson to score. Yeah, Bellingham then runs through, beats. I thought he should have played the ball a lot earlier.
Yeah,
Senegalese players really should really bring him down there, because you're facing up. You've got Foden, you've got Kane, 2 against 1.
Yeah,
you've got to commit the foul and give away the free kick.
But Gary, that's just intelligent football that England have done in those situations. Use the balls wisely with pace, and it's opened up Senegal. But they weren't doing that earlier on. They were holding onto the ball, lumping it.
And that was the thing, and that's the reason why I'm talking about Jude Bellingham, because he's showing more evidence why all the clubs are after him. He's just composed, he's poised, he's smart, he's direct.
Ian Wright just called him Jude the Truth Bellingham.
Yeah, it's a beautiful goal.
He's been one of England's 2 best players.
And I said to you before, well, Harry can't be worried about not scoring, and you went, I think he's going to score. So, it's good quality, 2 bits of brilliance, really. Yeah, from England. Again, it was not predictable, technical, fantastic. And again, it's nothing but it's powerful, strong anticipation, strong. And these ones will score, which all good, that's like the check you wanted to get set. Once he got that chance,
we can't hear that because it's cutting out a little bit. But guys, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. A lot of people are saying, Cam saying, what a that goal was all about Bellingham. What a player, winning possession deep in his own half, breaking forward, and then releasing the ball at exactly the right moment. Apollo's spot on. Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why he's the only person I'm talking about at half time. Why? Because what he's done has just made a difference in this half. He's been the player for me. that has grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and just turned it around. Vincey and Gary both saying England looked devoid of ideas at times in the midfield. But it's only when he picked up the ball, showed his composure, showed his directness, that everything started. If you look at both of the goals, where do they start? It starts from him getting the ball in transition, beating a man, slipping the ball through. First one went to Harry Kane, which set up. Actually, it was Bellingham who got the assist for the first goal. And then the second goal, again, it's just about what he does in the midfield, breaks the chains, and then just goes in, and England goes 2-0 up. So I can't believe this guy's 19 years old and we're talking about a central midfielder. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's been one of their best two players for me.
I mean, it's terrifying. What does this guy need to do to come and play in the Premier League?
Do you think he should?
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely.
And he's one of the agents at Arsenal 101 to do the deal.
For real, bro.
And get him at Arsenal, because he will be a very dynamic player, and I could see some dominance at Arsenal if he was to join in that midfield.
Yeah, but do Arsenal have the money to actually get him?
I think that most of the top teams have got the money to get him. Whether they would get him. Remember, Ebony, when I said to you guys, we shouldn't buy James Maddison, we should get Tomiyasu, Ramsdale, and Odegaard. Now, who would we have been better off with? Because we have Odegaard at the number 10 spot with 6 goals. So the fact that we've able to get somebody like James Maddison and the goalkeeper in Ramsdale and Tomiyasu, spending 100, they're talking about he's worth 150 million. Some Arsenal fans who might not have good business aperture or just completely loose cannoned would say, let's go and get him. I'm sorry. Our entire budget for the last summer was 150 million. Literally bought Zinchenko, Jesus, all them players. You can get an abundance of quality players with that money. So no, I wouldn't spend that money on him. But at the same time, because look, I just talked about Calvin Phillips, didn't I? Where is he? He ain't playing.
I wouldn't have him at Arsenal.
I would have him to back up Partey. I really would.
I wouldn't have him at Arsenal.
Someone like Bellingham's a generational player, and he's going to dominate for a decade. But
if you're going to say, if I know your feelings towards Partey as a player, okay? So you take Partey outside of the team and you look at our midfield. I see no case for Calvin Phillips being that player over Bellingham. I just can't see it because we don't have anybody of the ability of a Partey in the midfield. So if you have a Bellingham, then you have two midfielders and you have dynamic midfielders that can play, and you've also got Xhaka that can play. You've got options.
Yeah, I mean, Bellingham's a generational player. It's easy to say he'll be better than Calvin Phillips because, quite frankly, he'd be the number one option for any team. I mean, Liverpool have not had a midfielder. They've not gone out and bought a midfielder in years. That's why they're still playing James Milner. He's 37 years old.
How many goals are you going to get from Calvin Phillips from midfield?
Well,
because if you're complaining about Partey's goals, all right?
I don't complain.
No, but if you're going to complain with his shooting, and you're going to replace him with Calvin Phillips, then I'm not seeing Calvin Phillips dominate in that position. That's going to help Arsenal move forward.
Yeah, I really like him as a dominant midfield player in transition. I think he's fantastic, and there's a reason why he was worth the money he was worth. There's a reason why he's gone to Man City. The problem is that he's not getting any games, and it's a wasted deal for him. Someone like him would play way more games at Arsenal, and could be a replacement. And because we've seen what he's done for England, seen what he's done for Leeds. He could start for Arsenal, no problem. But if we're talking about that upper tier talent, the best of the best, then very few names would you even put in that compartment. For me, Thomas Partey's probably top 3 in the Premier League. For me, top 3 easily. Top 3 in the Premier League. Bellingham, where is he now? I mean, he's probably in his position, central midfielder, the top talent. Because all the top talents at his age are on the flanks, up top, striker. There isn't a real central midfielder that everybody can say is generational. And that's why he's been built up to be this player. But as I said, Liverpool, it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool would go in for him. I don't see them putting 150 million on one player. That's just not their style. Yeah, they wouldn't do that. It's not their style.
I don't see Arsenal paying that much.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, no teams come in for him because Real Madrid, Barca, they don't have the money. The England teams, the top teams there, they're not going to. No one's going to spend 150 million on this guy. This guy's going to be Mbappe money. Yeah, that's what it's going to take to get this guy away from his team. He's going to be Mbappe money, and we know what happened there at Mbappe, innit? We know what happened with Neymar, 200 million. So yeah, it's just one of those things, man. But yeah, Vincey, I agree. He would change. He would completely change the dynamic with Arsenal.
But this is the thing. It's like when you're looking and thinking, okay, where do you want Arsenal to be? Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I want to see Arsenal scouting players like that at a young age. Yeah. We've got one of those players in the likes of Martinelli. That's why I love him. Yeah. But I don't want Arsenal to be buying players who aren't of that caliber, who in 5-6 years' time, they're within that period, they can impact now and be world beaters in 6 years' time. Yeah, that's what I want Arsenal to have. I don't want them to be buying players for 2-3 years as a stopgap, because for me, that's waste of money. If you're recruiting a player that's got ability of your Martinelli, I want to be seeing them type of talented players across the midfield, across all positions, because that shows your scouting prowess and you're giving yourself an opportunity to dominate the nucleus as a team.
Yeah,
2-3 years.
Who's this new player that we're supposed to be in for?
Who, Danilo? I mean, there's quite a lot of them.
I think his name begins with K.
Okay, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of players Arsenal are linked with, but because of what's happening with Jesus, we might move away from that at the moment now. I mean, to be honest with you, he's on his way back to the training ground now at London Coney, where they're going to look. They've already got the scans, but the scans and everything that was taken was from the Brazilian team's medical team. They want to get him in at London Coney and let Arsenal's medical team deal with him, assess the scans, and then take it from there. So we won't know anything. But that's going to change our whole transfer window, Ebony. Whatever plans we had, whether that be for Gakpo, whether that be for Mudryk, whether that be for anybody else, whatever plans we had, I'm sure that's going to change. Gakpo, not so much, because one, he's got a get out clause for 30 million euros. Two, he can play a striker, left wing or right wing. So he can play all across the board. I'm a big fan of. I've been talking about Cody Gakpo for months. And I don't understand why the majority of our fan base don't like him. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it. But you know, if the news is bad and he's out for 2-3 months, then they're gonna buy a striker. If it's just a minor and it's 3 to 5 weeks, then I think that they'll probably buy an attacking player. But Gakpo will fill both of those roles, Vincey and Gary. He'll fill your wide player and he'll fill your striker. So
I'm not sure they will get a striker if he's injured for just over a month, because worst case scenario, Balogun can come back from loan. I just don't see Arsenal panic buying. I believe they're going to stick to their plan.
And is part of that plan? Is that part of that plan because Jesus is out? Is it part of that plan using Eddie?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think they'll use Eddie.
Eddie's he's going to play regardless. But
I must score.
yeah, he's going to play. But the trick is they've been after Mudryk for they want him badly. Now Sparta Prague are talking about some foolishness, 80 million, then 100 million. And realistically, what they want to do is come to an agreement that both teams are going to be happy with. If they can talk that number down somewhat, then they'll go for Mudryk, which is what they want. They want another creative midfielder player who can play on the flanks. They want somebody who can play in Martinelli's position, and that's the trick for them. So
and this is where they can use worst case scenario if Jesus is injured, then Martinelli. They've got two options, and I can see Arsenal being tight the way they are. They'll keep Martinelli. They've got Smith Rowe coming back. They've got options to fill in that position, and I can't see them going out and spending big money on a striker. Can't hear you, Gary. Sorry, Gary, can't hear you, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, go on, Gary.
Yeah, Eddie done a good job for us back end of last season. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
You know, if he would have got in the team a couple of games earlier, maybe we would have made top four. It's only because he stuck with Lacazette, who wasn't doing anything. We were screaming for. We were screaming for Eddie.
Everybody who was slagging him off, and Apollo can back me on this.
Yeah. And we know that Juventus went and bought Vlahovic, 86 million they spent on him, and now we're hearing he could be available for as little as 40 million.
Nah, you only get one chance to join Arsenal.
Yeah,
he messed that up.
He did, didn't he? He did.
Have
Guys, I'm going to be back 1 second.
Yeah, Vincey, I'm gonna go and grab my apple crumble and custard. I'll be back in a second.
Oh man, apple crumble and custard. What? I know apple crumble and custard.
Don't be advertising that stuff online, man. What are you doing to people, man?
So have we given up on
That's so wrong.
On who? Was we ever interested in Tielemans?
I think we have.
Was it just a rumour?
I don't think his World Cup performance helped either. I think we've given up on him.
What, Belgium? Yeah.
Yeah. I've got to go and pick up my daughter from the train station, so I'll be back in about 25.
All right, mate.
All right, see you in a bit.
Yes, and then there was two, Ebony.
Yes. No, I've in the second half, it's just Senegal are just chasing shadows right now.
I think Senegal are playing to their limits, and I think England have got a grip on it. Oh, Saka nearly got slipped through. England have just got the game with the 2 goals. England have just got the stranglehold on the game now. So it's up to Senegal now to make something happen. And at the moment, that doesn't look like it's going to take a mistake from England, a penalty or a set piece. And Senegal don't even look like they can get up the field to get a set piece.
No,
they're not pressing. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, like I said, they're just chasing shadows. That their press is like non-existent. And again, it's like you got to keep up with. Oh my days! All right, so Senegal have got a.
I'm on 50. I'm on 51-20.
I'm on 50. 25. Come on, Senegal, press, man, press.
Russia must be thinking, what did I do wrong, man?
That's someone's phone.
That's my phone, yeah. I stream on my phone, innit?
They're just giving away free kicks on the edge of the box, man. Not on the flanks, man. They just look laboured.
Who, Senegal?
Yeah, Senegal. Yeah, they look laboured.
I just don't think they've got the class to compete. They gave it a go. and they come up short. They could have been 2 up before England even got in their half.
Yeah, and as I said,
What?
And as I said, a lot of that's got to do with the sheer amount of players missing for them, which is a real shame. We could have had a
Listen, any team's going to miss Marnie. Look what's happened to Liverpool since Mane's gone. It just shows you what difference one player can make.
Yeah.
Great header, Harry Kane. Go on, Foden.
Ultimately, got numbers in the box. Senegal right now, 52 minutes.
I mean, Sabali was getting in behind Foden in the first part of the game, and now he's nowhere. He's not in the game. Just not in the game.
I think whatever happens and however Southgate proceeds going forward, he's got to do whatever he does around Bellingham, Saka, Foden. Them 3 are the catalysts. Playing through Harry Kane. Oh, Saka just over the bar, claiming a corner. Goal kick.
G says Bellingham looks more like a 10 than a central midfielder. He could be amazing Xhaka upgrade. Unfortunately, all the best teams in the world will want him. Dormant with another 100 million transfer. Yeah, that's pretty much it, mate.
But you wouldn't want to get rid of Saka though. Come on now.
Are you had to bring the apple crumble and custard back and eat it live on the stream, innit?
Oh yeah, man. I'm on it, bro. Oh, it's nice, man. You know when it's crunchy as well, the apple crumble. It's nice and crunchy.
I can hear it crunching away, man. I haven't had custard in the apple crumble for time.
Yeah, you wait till I start eating later if we're on that late.
Oh man. We should do a 101 food special.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas, man, for real. I'm killing this thing right now.
Listen, Christmas morning, I'm doing some jogging, yeah? So, because the gym ain't open.
So my son's left-handed, innit? And he's trying to use a right-handed tin opener to upward something. And he can't do it.
It's just like a box.
Oh shit! Oh my god! We just missed the field goal.
Sheena's we're on desserts now. I pulled out the ambrosia cream rice.
Shout out to everybody in the stream. Shout out to all of you guys out there.
Oh, who's following in? Matt Mendy's such a dodgy goalkeeper, isn't he? He just threw the 35-yarder from Harry Kane.
Kane looking for Saka on the right-hand side. Saka's been okay today. I can't say he's been brilliant, but he's been okay. But you guys just saw the ball that came in from Saka there. Who was in the middle? Jude Bellingham. So, yeah, I kind of agree with you. He does look like more of a 10 than a central midfielder.
So that's been kicked away.
And with Henderson in there, Bellingham's allowed to come forward.
Stones.
Yeah, but to be honest, in this game, they could have played Rice as a holding midfielder.
Yeah,
there was no need for 2 holding midfielders. Go on, Foden. Yes, Saka! Offside.
Oh.
I know. Did you give the goal?
Whoa.
No. Bukayo Saka.
Are they giving it?
Yeah, giving it. Foden skips down the left-hand side. First time cross. Saka's in the middle. Lovely dink over the keeper. 3-0.
Well, this is it. This is game over. And guys, that's Saka's 3rd goal of the competition. 3 goals for Saka, which is the same as Rashford now.
But you see the difference there. Foden, he gets past his player. He looks up. The next touch is the ball into Saka. He doesn't need another touch after that.
Yeah, Foden, fantastic for Foden there.
I've got it yet to come.
Picked up the ball, look, skips past him. Look, has a look. There we go. Have that. Bang. What a finish. What a finish from Saka, though. Absolutely brilliant.
Somebody tries to, yep.
So there you go. Everything that's come from England today has been through Bellingham, Foden, or Saka.
Yeah, that's right.
And there, two of them again have created another goal.
I think we should buy Bellingham. We need to go in for Bellingham. We need him.
I don't think we do.
I think we do.
Where would you play
cover.
Yeah,
he's not going to come for cover.
We need cover for Partey.
Yeah, I think he'll play next to Partey.
He could play next to Partey because Partey holds the midfield on his own.
And somebody even mentioned he can play in the 8, where Xhaka plays. You got to think about the future, guys.
Foden is on the the Senegal player tried to intercept, doesn't work, and then he slips it into Saka. I think they tried to play him offside, didn't actually quite work. Yep. Nice one, Saka.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous now. It's just been ridiculous. You know, here we go. Again, man of the match. I'm going to say it's Bellingham. We're not even...
Yeah.
We're still 30 minutes left in the game. But it's just his sheer... The heat map...
He's actually controlled the middle.
He's just everything. He's controlled the whole game, Ebony.
Yeah. I'm pleased for Saka, though.
Yeah. Shout out to Fiona. Fiona says, Saka. Yeah, big shout out to you, Fiona.
Saka! That's the only thing that I will actually say England-wise. Saka!
All I'm saying, guys, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. England versus France is going to be a cracker.
France will beat England.
See, now with you're 3-0 up, half hour to go. Do you make changes now?
Yeah. Get Grealish and all them guys on.
Do you give Bellingham, Saka a rest?
Yeah, you rest your young guns, isn't it?
Phillips at half hour under his belt.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you have to.
Get these guys. Yeah, I'd get these guys off. Let me just check when that game is on. Let's see when that's.
When's the game on, Jackson? Do you know? England, France.
Is that Saturday?
Probably 7.
It's Saturday. It's definitely Saturday. Not sure what time.
Right, let's have a look.
My son is just checking.
Yeah. Here we go.
7 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah.
Play it. Yes, okay. Go on, Foden. Oh.
Semi-finals. There we go. Quarterfinals. Quarterfinals is on the 9th and Saturday the 10th.
Yeah, we're Saturday the 10th at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Am I working? I wonder if I'm working. I hope I'm not on the bus. I'm going to have to be sick.
Your bus driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you, Ebony, that he works for transport, like you.
Okay.
We were meant to be on strike this week, innit? But the strike got called off. We got our pay deal agreed.
Was it good? Is it a good one?
11% going forward, 10% back. But we got more pay talks starting again in April, innit? So it's only literally a 4-month deal. So the strike will be coming in summertime. I'm looking forward to standing on a picket line in these freezing cold conditions.
Yeah, let the union do it. You don't have to do it. That's
why
I
have to support
Hey, Gary, that's why you paid them the money.
I have to support my fellow brothers.
No, when we strike, I do stand on the picket line.
Who do you work for, Ebony?
Underground.
You're not a train driver, are you? You're not a tube driver, are you?
No, station supervisor.
Oh, okay.
Spend a lot of time on my own.
I spend every day on my own for 10 hours a day, sitting in a cab, freezing cold, blowing some heating out because it's always cold in the bus. It's always freezing cold.
Yeah. There needs to be. I'm not going to ask which company you work for.
Metroline. I'll tell you.
No,
Metroline.
all the buses are cold. Every single bus I get on is cold.
Yeah, because there's no heating in the saloon. It's just in the driver's cab. We have heating. Not all buses have heating. So if I take a bus out and it hasn't got heating, I'll take it to the furthest point away from the garage and then refuse to drive it. Because it takes them longer to bring me another bus, which means I get more time to sit down.
Well, I'm going to give up on this.
Coming on.
Yeah, I'm going to give up on this NFL game because I've lost the defeat for the NFL game. So good luck, Washington. So England here, guys, after 63 minutes, 3-0 up. And it's been, you know what? It's been a little disappointing because Senegal have had those injuries. And one would say that England have not had the resistance that they thought they were going to have. There was a couple of instances in the first half where Senegal looked really dangerous. But England have not had any injuries. They've had a plethora of players to choose from. Southgate, he's made
Rashford and Grealish coming on.
Southgate has made a few calls, and he's gone with strong hand. He's not playing Mason Mount now. He's got Foden in there, and with Foden and Saka doing the deal with Bellingham, they've been really, really awesome. So Grealish is coming on now.
Foden and Saka off. Grealish and Rashford.
That's your bread and butter.
That's the right decision. You need these. These are the two guys, along with Bellingham, that are going to take England as far as they can in this tournament.
Agreed. That's your bread and butter there. Let me get rid of this banner here.
You wrap them two up in cotton wool because they work well in tandem together as wingers, you know.
Yeah. Henderson's got a bit of an injury now.
I mean that's surplus to England, isn't it? It's just surplus because he came into this competition not even starting, so maybe he'll get another rest. There's a good amount of rest till Saturday. They've got 6 days. They've got 6 days, plenty of time. Even though they're all in their room playing Xbox and PlayStation.
But they should be training twice a day or like once a day for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's because of the heat, innit? All the training sessions are a little narrowed down because of the heat.
You might see my son playing for England one day. He showed immense promise in golf.
Nice.
He actually got called a cheat today by the opposition coach. He's only 10. He's playing a year up. He's playing under 11s. And when you see the goalkeeper catch the ball towards the end of the game and he just flops on the floor.
Yeah.
So he caught the ball and I went to him, slow it down, and he was on his knees and he just flopped forward. He laid on the floor for about 3 seconds with the ball in his hands.
Yep.
And the coach called him a cheat at the end.
So I've had a friend.
To a 10-year-old.
I've got a friend called Neville Austin, who's an old friend of mine. Used to play for the London Towers. He was a basketball player there. Played power forward and centre, and he's 6'11", and his son. What's his son's name? His name is. His son's name is Dominique Austin or Damien Austin. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not messing up my words here. And his son is 6'5". His name is Brandon Austin. And you probably might know who Brandon Austin is. He's the reserve goalkeeper for Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur. So he's made it all the way through the ranks. He's 23 years old now, English, 6'5". Brandon Austin, check him out. He's my mate's son.
I'll have a look.
Yeah, he plays for Tottenham now. He just signed a deal with them, a 3-year deal. He just signed a 3-year extension with them.
It's hard being a goalkeeper, but to be honest, I know he's my son, but I haven't seen another 10-year-old do what he does in goal. He's equally as good left, right. You know, diving. He can go both ways. and considering he's playing the year up, he's brave as hell.
What's he like with the ball at his feet? What's he like with the ball at his feet?
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. He can play. He can control it. He can pass. He kicks almost full length of a 9-a-side pitch.
Nice.
So he's doing really well. Hopefully, some scouts should be coming to look at him at some point this season. If they would have watched him today, hopefully he would have got signed, because his handling was immaculate and it was freezing cold, and he didn't have a lot to do. But everything he had to do, his handling was absolutely superb. He didn't drop a thing. Everything that went into his gloves stayed there. You know, he was solid. Made 2 or 3 real good saves.
Mad.
That's a bad header, whoever that was.
G saying Koulibaly is also finished, Fiona. He's talking to Fiona, and he says he'll come back home and then die with Chelsea. Look, that Chelsea team, bro. That Chelsea team. Listen, do you think Newcastle are going to give up a top 4 position for them guys? Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool are going to struggle.
United.
Yeah, they're going to struggle.
You think Mendy's a good keeper? I don't. I think he's poor.
No,
he's a decent goalie. He's a decent goalie.
Wasn't he working in a shop or something until a couple of years ago? He was working somewhere. Yeah. He dropped out of football. He was working somewhere. Then he got picked up by the French team. That must be the Wags, isn't it? But the cameraman always finds these good-looking women in the crowd from all different countries, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's a
shame.
It's just shame Senegal didn't deserve this with the injuries that they've had, man. You know,
I think the first goal broke them. The first goal broke them, and they haven't been able to recover from that.
Could you imagine if we had Mane out, and then we had a top 3 players out? Who would that be for England? Who's England's top 3 players? Foden, Saka,
Harry Kane, Bellingham. At the moment.
So, could you imagine if you had all them players out? What would that team be doing on the pitch? You have to feel
but
sorry
I think we would probably have a slight bit more cover, though, wouldn't we? Than obviously what they've got. You know, we're blessed with
Rashford for Kane,
some really good players in all positions. But obviously, I understand that a country like Senegal maybe haven't got the same power as we have, like player-wise.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate for them, but it's England game, isn't it? You only beat what's in front of you. But listen, in the first 20 minutes, Apollo, Senegal looked dangerous. They looked like they was up for it. You know, they could have been 1 or maybe even 2 up before England had a shot.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, but I think the first goal broke them, and that second one right before half time killed them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking now. They just put an attack together, which came from Sarr. Sarr looks to be the only player that's going to offer them something in this second half. But, you know, it's literally all too early. It's 71 minutes now. England are just really sitting back. They're not doing anything. Senegal have got all of the ball. And really, Sarr is the only one with any danger to his game at the moment now. I hope Vincey's okay. I might message him on.
He went to the train station to pick up his daughter.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
He should be back in 4 minutes.
I was going to message him to see if he was all right, because he's been struggling with his voice of late.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be France against England, guys, next Saturday.
I'm telling you now, France will beat England.
Well,
if we get past France, who do we play, Jackson?
The winner of either Morocco versus Spain and Portugal versus Switzerland. Whoever wins that plays.
Right, so if we get past France, I'm being told it's either Morocco or Spain.
Or Portugal or Switzerland.
Or Portugal or Switzerland. One of them 4 teams we play. Obviously, they haven't played yet.
If it's England against Portugal, I can see a rematch or replay of 2002.
Oh, with Mr. Winker.
Yes, him.
He's done, man. He's finished.
What, you think so?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
He's
think
on the
so.
wane. He's on the wane. Listen, he'll score you goals. He'll score you goals if he gets the opportunity. He still can finish, but the rest of his game has gone. He's not gonna. He doesn't want to run. You know, he's a spent force. England have got enough at the back to deal with him.
yeah, I think. Look, you guys have got to think about Spain as well. I think
Yes,
Spain's the
Spain are on
Spain's the
point.
biggest problem. Yeah, they're the biggest problem.
That
Well, you'd
reminds
back
me of
Spain to beat
Pencil.
Morocco, wouldn't you?
Well, Morocco's been playing well so far this year, but yes, I guess you would expect that to happen, and then Spain will beat Portugal, and then it would be England-Spain semi-final.
Are
If
Japan
England
still
can
in
get
it?
past, huh?
Japan.
Japan are playing Croatia, aren't they?
Okay.
Yeah, they're playing Croatia, and then Brazil has got South Korea. Those are going to be two exciting games. I mean, all the games right now are good. When you got knockout, that's it. All the games right now are going to offer something good.
Ooh. Twisted his foot.
But I think it's good to.
These Senegalese fans are still dancing away.
Oh yeah, they're still dancing. They're still dancing. It's good that they can get guys on there to just rest certain players. Bellingham came off, didn't he?
Did he?
Ooh, that was close.
No, he's still on the pitch.
He's still on the pitch. Yeah, I just saw.
Oh, here we go. Here we come. Southgate's love child, Mason Mount and Calvin Phillips.
Mason Mount shouldn't even be playing. He's been absolute pants.
Well, you know what?
Shocking.
If you're resting Ebony, then there's nothing wrong with that. I'd definitely put him on.
I
If you're
wouldn't. He's
resting,
awful. He's been
yeah.
awful.
He has, but he's not going to lose you the game today, and that's the main thing.
Anyhow, we lose 4-3 now when Mason Mount comes on.
It won't happen.
Could you imagine?
Nice dream, but it's not going to happen.
Not even Mason Mount can mess this up.
He's just, I don't know how we started. I don't know how we started thinking that he could be the answer when this
Head it back.
finished. As soon
I just don't know how he played the first group games.
Thing is, Foden's been winning Young Player of the Year and everything. How on earth could anybody think that he would do a better job than Phil Foden?
Yes, it really was obscene. Oh, Harry Kane's just got done on his ankle. First yellow card of the game after 75 minutes. Through the bar, he's just done Harry Kane.
So is Kane out for 2 months?
Nah.
Hey, man, I got to do it, man.
He nearly dived 2 miles away, though.
He'll be out for about a week.
No,
We're not sure about Jesus yet, though, are we? It could be minor. It could be a bit more serious.
Yeah, from what the reports that the Brazilian medical team said, they said it's minor and it's 3 to 5 weeks. But the medical team for Arsenal were the ones that saying they need to take a look at it, because if he needs surgery, then he'll be out for 2 to 3 months.
How much you want to bet he'll end up getting surgery?
It depends what the scans say. I mean,
because
Eric Dyer's coming on the 4-3's on.
Yeah, I mean, he gives us so much more than just scoring goals. I know he hasn't been at his best, but the team's been winning when he's not been at his best. So, you know,
well, he's been the catalyst for how the team have played, hasn't he?
Yeah,
so it's not so much his goals. You know, he's running, he's hassling, has led to other things happening.
Yeah, and he demands so much attention from the defense. So that's you're gonna miss that. But look, guys, the goals are coming from everywhere, man. You know, the goals are coming from everywhere. Martinelli, they're coming from Saka, they're coming from Odegaard, coming from Xhaka. Everybody's scoring goals right now.
Mason Mount. Ugh.
Yeah, so Stones is off. So they've taken off Stones and Bellingham.
Why would you put
Stones and Bellingham?
For goodness sake, Eric Dyer. Are you all right? Oh, for goodness sake.
How is he playing for England? Like
He can't even defend for Tottenham.
This is like
My mum can defend better than Dyer, and she's 77.
Eric Dyer. I'm gonna send Andy a message to wind him up.
Two of the worst players that you can actually put on Mount and Dyer.
I'm gonna send him a message and wind him up. Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine them starting for France? Starting for the France game? Oh,
no, I couldn't.
Guys, he's not even a centre back. He's just
he's not even a back. He's nothing back. He's just sit back down.
Hey, look, man. Spurs players love him. It is what it is, man. But you know, for me, I would have bought Connor Cody
he should be
all day
left
long.
back in the changing room.
Yeah. I would have brought in Connor Cody. So Jude Bellingham, it has 100% tackle success rate in the World Cup. Wow. No, I have to get that on. I have to.
No
get that
way,
on.
man.
Yeah, I'm just putting it up now.
That's
I'm just putting it up now.
That's why we should
where
go
is
for
it
him.
now? Right, here it is.
But then again, I'm very iffy
But
about.
does it say how many tackles he's made?
Yeah, it does. It does. Hold on, I'm just putting it up now.
But do you think like watching players in the World Cup is a curse?
No, not really.
In what way?
It's localized.
Well, I mean, some players have actually in the past anyway. They've actually been really good for their country, but when they get to the Premier League,
He's only made 4 tackles.
Absolutely atrocious.
He's made 11 tackles. So Jude Bellingham has 100% tackle success rate at this World Cup.
Cross it. Finish. Oh, Harry Kane.
It's Kane. Kane missed again. So and Gary, no player has made more successful tackles in this tournament. 11. That is ridiculous. So if he goes into a challenge, he's gonna win the ball. That is madness. That is crazy, guys. Everybody looking at that stat, that is bonkers.
I think England have the best. Bonkers. I think England have the best 3 young players in the world in Saka, Bellingham, and Foden.
Well, we looked at this the other day in the other stream. You was with me, and I think it was we said it was Spain that have got the best young team when we looked at it because their average is 20.
Nah. Yeah,
24 years.
The average age. But I'm talking about actual players. I think them 3 there, Foden, Bellingham, and Saka. I think they're unbelievable. We see Saka on a weekly basis, don't we?
Yeah.
But we're seeing Bellingham, play here, and we see Foden in and out for Man City, in highlights and stuff. But just watching the guy, I think he's absolutely fantastic. Like you said, I could Mason Mount get in a team over this guy. I wouldn't even have him cleaning my boots, Mason Mount. I really wouldn't.
Man. What's going on, Keeler Bees? That's my son, everybody. If you're not subscribed to his channel, if you're into Marvel contest, then check it out. He says, Maguire can't defend United, but somehow... That's what I said at the beginning of the stream. I said, this guy has had a good World Cup. He's athletically challenged. He's got slow hips. Doesn't recover very well, but his positioning has been really good. And in the player ratings, I've given him a 7. I've given him 2 7s and a 7.5 for the games. And today he'll probably get a 7. So he's had a decent World Cup.
He was a bit shaky in the first half, Maguire and Stones together. They was a little bit shaky. A couple of little passes went astray, put England under a bit of pressure. But since literally the 30th minute, they haven't really had much to do.
Yeah, true. Yeah, very true. But Senegal, I'm a little disappointed in Senegal today. I thought that they were going to come out and offer a bit more. But what can you do when your players are missing? It is what it is, man. I can't really complain about it. I just feel bad for them that they weren't able to show their stuff. You come to a World Cup every 4 years. They're the current African champions, and you want to show England your medal. And they're going to go home today, and they're going to look at themselves and think, we weren't at our best today. And it's
Well,
a
the
real shame.
disappointing thing for me with what you're saying there is that for the first 25 minutes, it looked like it was going to be a proper game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Senegal just kind of stopped doing what they was doing. England started to do stuff, and then the rest is kind of history.
Yeah, for real.
You know, because it looked like it was going to be a really cagey game, and Senegal had 2 chances that they probably should have done better with. And you think, right, England are in a game here. You know, this is going to be a tough test. They're African champions. Yes, they may be missing 3 players, but it's you know, they're here. They're showing a bit of fight. They're showing a bit of grit, determination, and all of a sudden, it just as quick as it come, it went.
Yeah, you're right. Cam says he's saying man like Beasley. He's saying the first real game at a round, only strange result was 0-0 USA. I don't think that was a strange result. I thought that result they deserved a draw there. So which would have been another comfy win had our star boy not dropped one of the worst performances. He didn't play well, but then not a lot of people in our England team against America played well. Cam says England are the highest scoring team in the tournament, only goals conceded, which is where the rivals got soundly beaten. Yeah, next game's going to be real tough, man. Next Saturday, England versus France. I don't see England getting past them, especially.
Hold on one second, Apollo. Hold on one second, Apollo. Are England the only unbeaten team left in the World Cup?
Yeah, they are.
Because they've had relatively easy games.
Yeah, well, doesn't
matter. Doesn't matter who you play. Doesn't matter who you play, whether you're playing France or whoever. If you're not losing the game, you're not losing the game.
Yeah, but it does matter who you play to an extent, because if you look at some of the first rounders, yeah, you've had Germany getting knocked out. You've had a couple of good big teams getting knocked out because they just, you know, you're looking at teams like South Korea, looking at teams like Japan, teams that everybody thought, yeah, they're good.
And you beat Spain. You beat Spain. Was it Korea? Japan? No, it was Korea. Japan, yeah.
Netherlands haven't lost either.
And Croatia and Morocco.
And Morocco haven't lost the game yet.
Yeah, Morocco's played really, really well, guys. They've played really, really well.
Wasted over the bar.
So we're 85 minutes gone in the games. Senegalese fans have brought out the trumpets. Hey, listen, man, they got a party any way they can. For them, it's a delight to come to the World Cup and see their team in the final 16 stages. And they're going to be back, man. They're not finished. The African teams have done themselves proud. Morocco is still yet to play. But then the Southeast Asian teams in South Korea and Japan are yet to show their mettle. So it's not over, guys. Plenty more shocks are coming in this World Cup.
Because in there as well.
Yeah. This ain't over, guys. Plenty more shocks to come. England have just should be happy that they've just done their part.
Basically, England for as long as I can remember, have just been lucky to be in groups that they've been in, because they've all been relatively easy.
I mean, really, truly, England should have lost the USA game. USA should have won that game.
Do share.
What? I'm just laughing at him laughing. I don't even know what he's laughing about.
Oh, Could you see the message on the screen? Oh, G says, lube up them boys for Kylian Mbappe.
Wow.
Oh, that's listen.
So
if you
can tell he's an American because he uses the word lube.
If you saw them goals today from Mbappe, man, like
I saw him.
It looked like Thierry Henry was on the pitch. Yeah, this just a different level.
I'm gonna check him out right now.
Have you seen the goals, Ebony?
No, she's so horrid.
Oh,
what? Ebony, who's talking about you like that?
No. You know the woman who dissed Ngozi Fellaini?
Yeah.
Yeah, her. You seen her hair?
Oh Lord.
Listen,
Beezy says, I don't think France will turn us over as easy as you think, but it will be one hell of a game for both nations. It really would be. I mean, Giroud cannot stop scoring. Mbappe, for me, is the player of the tournament. I mean, and what it is his goals are just coming out of nowhere as well. You
How
know,
many goals has he got, Mbappe?
4 now. I think he's a leading goal scorer.
4.
Yeah, I think he's a leading goal scorer. BBC.
Oh, he's got 5.
Oh yeah, actually, because he had 2 today, didn't he? Yeah.
My son's a stato. He likes
I'm
to
just
feed
looking
some
at it
stats.
now. So he's got 5. Morata's got 3. Messi, Rashford's got 3. Giroud's got 3. Gakpo's
Saka's
got
got
3. Saka's got 3, and Valencia's got 3. So it's just the nature of his play, though. He's just ridiculous, man. He's just ridiculous.
I mean, when you look at the France game, it's going to be a more of an open game, isn't it? You know, France are going to go on the attack. England can go on the attack. It's got the makings of a very, very good game.
So
the way he teams cancel each other out.
The way he strikes the ball reminds me of Alexis Sanchez. You know, remember when Sanchez just used to tee up the ball, and when he did it, you just thought, "Oh no, here we go." The goalkeeper's not going to have a chance. That's just how that's what Mbappe looks like. Mbappe, it's frightening how hard, how precise, and how low he can hit the ball with very little backlift. Very little backlift. And the guy's just scary, man.
He's wasted at PSG.
I think so. Yeah. Of course.
Wasted at PSG, though, isn't he? It's a nonsense league, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Mad, man.
Ooh.
Mad.
Skimmy. Poland could have scored in the Giroud with the first goal.
Yeah.
France is all-time leading scorer, isn't he? Overtook Henry.
And you want to hear the joke? Giroud scored an amazing bicycle kick today, and their referee blew the whistle before that because Szczesny, who should have caught the ball, actually, he came out and punched the ball over his own defender, and he had an awkward fall. But he kind of fainted it, because if you looked at his face, he looked around and thought, oh, I should be fainting this for a free kick. And then he kind of rolls over and goes sloppy. And he sold it, and the referee bought it. But initially, Giroud came back with an overhead kick, and that should have counted. It reminded me of Smith Rowe's goal when the
main night kick.
That's
and
right.
It was ruled offside.
Yeah, man.
You can see why we got rid of Szczesny, though. He was absolutely dreadful for us.
Yeah, he was.
He was only a young kid, though, weren't he, at the time?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't that young.
Yeah, he was. He was what? He was 21. He was one of the youngest.
He was only a young kid, weren't he? Early 20s.
Yeah.
Because there was a stage in his career when he didn't think he was going to make it because he broke both arms, didn't he, in an accident at the same time.
Yeah, true.
Just seeing the goal from Mbappe's first goal anyway.
G saying, G just killing me. Cam is saying, he's saying Henderson has actually had a really good game. You know what? I'll give him that.
I just love to see Didier Deschamps' celebrations. He just.
I'm not a Jordan Henderson fan, but he's played okay. He played okay today.
Yeah, he has.
What Grealish? What nonsense is that?
Well, I just watched Marcus Rashford's brilliant effort stretch on the far post, where he's just missed a chance to put England up 4-0. Hits the side netting, and it came from Luke Shaw's cross. I thought Luke Shaw's cross could have been a little bit more precise there.
And in about 30 seconds, you're going to see some nonsense from Grealish on the edge of his own area.
Mad.
If I was the manager and I saw him do that, I'd sub him straight back off. I'd finish with 10.
Some Ibui business. What did he just do there? Did you just see that back heel into nowhere, into the danger zone? What kind of what is?
basically because they're winning 3-0 up.
my God.
They're 3-0 up. So he's gonna do some nonsense. He's just thinking, well, you know.
I don't know what he was thinking. Look, what's he doing?
This person that lays behind the wall, right? Have you ever seen the ball hit this guy? Because I haven't.
Mad. Oh dear, Grealish, 100 million, everybody. 100 million. A hundred million. I'm just so
Well,
dead.
Man City paid.
Listen,
Money.
let's face facts. At the time, 100 million looked good business for what you saw him do at Aston Villa. But it's not every player can make that step up to the elite level.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Play week in, week out. You know, because it's different doing it for Villa where you're the main man. But when you go to somewhere like City where everyone is kind of like the main man, you pile into insignificance because you're not playing week in, week out. And if you're good enough to be in the team, I mean, look, De Bruyne, not even he plays week in, week out for Man City.
Yeah, I did something on last week. I talked to them guys. We looked at the games that played over the last 2 or 3 years. De Bruyne actually starts around 26 games out of the 38. So there's us saying we need Thomas Partey in every game and we need Jesus. When the truth of the matter is, no player can simply play in 38 games. It's impossible.
Yeah, but then Man City, they've got about how many teams? 3 teams? So they can afford to rotate.
There you go. And other teams are having to struggle with that. That's what we're up against. This season, we're up against, can we find a way in the new year to give this team enough that we can actually get through 38 games? And I'm not sure whether we can, but, you know, we're going to give it a go. We were only supposed to be making top 4 this season, and now we're challenging for the championship.
Full-time, 3-0. Good performance there. I'm happy with that.
Let me just type this in here, full-time. Right, and so there you go, guys, full-time. And let me get some player ratings up here. Yeah, here we go. Let's grab some player ratings, shall we?
Player of the match, Jude Bellingham. He gets a 10 out of 10. He controlled that midfield perfectly.
Yeah, I think he's going to be my player of the match.
Yeah, I concur.
Our player of the match is Maguire.
You're drunk.
Was that for his bit of skill in the first half, Vincent?
Yeah.
He probably had the most touches.
Touchdown! Come on, you skins! Come on, you skins!
You got a touchdown?
Yeah, in the last minute of the game. Get in there! Go on, Washington!
But was it the winning touchdown? Was it the winning touchdown?
No, it's
yeah, I think it's going to be.
It's going to go overtime now.
No, you're behind. They
It's 30 seconds left.
Don't spoil it, Vincey.
No, it's 30 seconds left in the game. Yeah, it's 30 seconds left in the game. So it's going into overtime. Right. Let's have a look. I'm trying to sort player ratings out for you guys.
No, I'm not going to spoil it because.
What does it mean? It's like, what the hell is it? Whoa.
Huh? Overtime is like extra time.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, but it's different because it's sudden death.
Like the first team that scores wins, isn't it? That's how it works, isn't it, in American football?
Well, it used to work like that. Now they've changed the rule now that both teams have to have possession once. Right, guys, hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the player ratings sorted out here.
You know what they should do? They should do like a penalty shootout thing for the field goal kicker and make them go further and further and further back till someone misses.
Shit.
Okay.
Apollo, have you heard from Tony?
Yeah, I talk to him every day.
He's all right though.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. He's just been busy and taking his time out to do other stuff. Obviously, he was at the boxing last night as well. Yeah,
okay, that's
Tony's good. Let's have a look. Guys, just let me finish off these.
Oh,
Finish off these
Just found
player
out that one of my
ratings.
yeah, I'm very.
passed away. Wow.
Ebony, I just realised you're at work, innit?
Yeah.
I was going to
changed my
say that to
Yeah.
you when you were talking about it, you know. I was going to say that to you when you were talking about it.
Yeah, see, I could set my phone up on the bus and do a live stream while I'm driving. I don't think that would end too well, though.
But be happy you get free travel.
Right, guys.
I spend my whole life.
going to quick-
I spend my whole life on a bus, man. I don't want to go on a bus when I'm not when I'm not driving one. I can't stand it. Spend my
Right,
whole life
guys.
behind the wheel of that bus, and it's
I'm
it's
going
hard for
to
me. It's hard for me because I'm a single parent of two,
Okay. Yeah.
so it's really hard, like to work my hours around the kids. You know, so and it's the most unflexible people in the world, man. All they care about is that bus mileage. They don't care about anything else.
I see.
You know, that bus must go out and complete the mileage.
So some things never change, eh, Gary?
What's that, mate?
Some things never change.
You lost me. What's not changed?
The mindset of
Oh, the
bus
company
companies.
talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's shocking, mate. Yeah, it's shocking. You know,
Right.
I've had to apply for flexible working hours, and it's just a mission to try and get it. It's just a nightmare.
Right, guys, let's talk about the game. So England 3-0 winners. Let's look at the player ratings now. I've gone for Jordan Pickford. I'm actually going to give him an 8. I think he made a sensational one-handed save to deny Dia. That could have changed everything, guys. That could have put Senegal 1-0 up. They had a chance after that, which Gary talked about, which he just made an exceptional save. He made 2 saves, but the save with the right hand flicked up and put wide, that was the save of the game for me, and that really changed the dimension of how this game turned out. I'm going to give him an 8. Absolutely solid performance from Jordan Pickford. Walker, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he's had 2 very good games, but Sarr ran at him today, and he stood up to him. And the fact that we've left Senegal scoreless shows you what a good job that he's done. But Sarr, there were times that Sarr did have the run of the mill on him, so I'm going to give him a 7. John Stones as well, he gets a 7. I thought he was solid. Hammer Maguire, a couple of misplaced passes. But again, clean sheet. So look, it was a 3-0 win with a clean sheet. So I don't think anybody gets a bad grade today. So I'm going to give him a 7. Shaw as well. I thought Shaw this is probably his best performance of the World Cup so far. And it shows you really why he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Man United fans would be very happy with this. Jordan Henderson, I'm going to give a 7.5. Huge game for him, making everybody wonder why on earth he was chosen for this team sheet in such an important game. And he turned up, played well, didn't put a foot back, good gap play, and then a fantastic goal to put England up in the lead. Jude Bellingham is my man of the match. I didn't go Declan Rice, did I? A solid performance from Declan Rice. Reece gets a 7. Bellingham gets a 9. My man of the match. He just defined this whole performance for England. It was him that was the center of everything. His composure, his transitional play, the way he set up all of the goals, just a sensational talent. Absolutely sensational. One of the best midfield performances I've seen in this World Cup period. Just brilliant talent. Saka didn't play well against America, but today came back today, setting stuff up wide, beating players. Brilliant finish for England's 3rd goal. Good decision making. Good performance from Saka. So I've given him a 8. Harry Kane. Kane gets a decent 7.5. He's off the mark today. We've just lost Gary, so I'm bringing Gary back in. Kane gets a 7.5. He's off the mark. He's up and running. This late into the competition, the guy that England puts on newspaper front covers in every single game, even though he doesn't deserve it. And now he's scored. No doubt, the Sun, the Mirror, the Independent, Financial, all of them newspapers are probably going to put him front and center on the front page. When really it should be Bellingham and it should be Foden, because Foden, he gets an 8 again to them. But actually, you know what? I'm going to give Foden an 8.5. Sorry, hold on a second. I'm going to give Foden an 8.5. Foden was exceptional today. 2 assists. Just where Bellingham went into transition was to Foden every single time. He hit Foden every time he brought the ball out from the midfield, and shows really what an incredible young talent. Guys, this guy's playing for Man City and starting for them every week for a reason. Yeah? He is there for a reason. He's playing and had the decisions around what they did with some of the players they sold. He's played more than Miraz. This guy is just an exceptional talent. He's won 2 Young Player of the Years, and it just shows to me how exceptional he is. Why on earth was Mason Mount starting in front of this guy when the tournament started is anybody's guess. But he's just phenomenal. And I think it was either Gary or Ebony or even Vincey, I can't remember who said it. They said that with England's, these 3 musketeers, the Saka, Bellingham, and Foden, is probably the best young 3 players in the tournament as a whole. And, while there's other teams that have got their tournaments as well as we know, it's just these guys are just on such a defining factor that if you took them out of this England team, you would just have a team of players who would just have no impact on the game whatsoever. At times when they're not into the game, we were saying, especially in the first half with this game, he needs to play to his strengths. Go to your flanks, hit them hard and fast, and give them the ability to take on their defenders and try and get into the box or play balls through. And they were just trying to go centrally, and it was going nowhere. It was like, what on earth is going on? What are the exact tactics for this game? And that's why Southgate only gets a 7 for me, because it looks like at times he just doesn't know what to do. And it's like that. If you guys, I don't know whether all of you are into the NFL or NBA, but if you ever watched an All-Star game or the Pro Bowl, where you've got the best players in the land playing in the sort of a charity game. We don't have it over here. I'm hoping one day they do an All-Star game, North versus South or whatever you want to do. And then you just say to the players, look, guys, you've all deserved to be here because of your talent. Go out and express yourselves. Because that's what it is. There's very little tactics in games, in All-Star games. And it seems like at times Southgate says this. That's what he says to these players. He's like, go out there, guys, do your best, express yourselves. It doesn't look like there's any plan at times with Southgate. And that's the concerning thing, because when you meet a team in this competition, like you did with Italy in the finals of the Euros, when you meet a team with a plan, then you're going to get outplayed. So that's my biggest concern with this team, is great individual talent, stunning young talent, but the manager is just setting them back. That's where I see it. Vincey, you got the conch, bro. Or do you want Gary to go first? Because I know you just got back. I can't hear you. You're on mute, so let me try and unmute you. Yeah, you go.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to rate one player. Tongue in cheek, it was Maguire, but I just got to give a big shout out to Bellingham. That's 2 games in the tournament that he's just really just stood up and just shown head and shoulders the difference he is as a player, as a young player, but especially in the engine room of any team, the midfield. England wouldn't be through if this player wasn't on the pitch. And it's just beautiful to see that England have a player of his capability. His head's in the right place. He's playing good football. Yes, Foden's an exceptional talent. We've known about Foden for a long time, and he's fulfilling. He just needs a manager who's brave enough to get the team to play to his strengths. You know, both him and Saka, they need free-flowing football, the ball moved at pace, no hesitation. They've got the skill to do the one-touch with runners like Henderson, with his goal, Bellingham supporting these players up front. And that's how England are going to cause any team problem. The problem they've got is when they have to defend, because they just look a little bit clueless right now and they're a little bit disorganised. But, you know, fair play to them. 3-0, they got the job done. I can't really fault your ratings there at all. I mean, if anything, I probably would have given Harry Maguire 6. But, you know, I could be a bit pedantic. But, yeah,
I don't think that's pedantic at all.
It's just great. It's just great to see, especially in the midfield. We're not talking about... I haven't seen a midfielder since Gascoigne control the midfield the way how Bellingham is doing it. And that's like going back to the days when you had an exceptional talent like Glenn Hoddle in the England midfield, but he had not so much journeyman, but he had players with that pace in that midfield. Bellingham is just like, it's just a revelation to see somebody as young controlling the center of the midfield. So that's my thoughts, man.
I think before I go to what you're saying, I think the question today, and we've heard a few guys talking about it in the chat room, is the number 6 his best position? Now, I think he would be better served as an 8, simply because of the way he has the ability to pick the ball up and create something and transitioning it into the final third. I think what we're looking at, and it's always the case when we see players like this, 19 years old, you know, we've seen Saka play on the left, we've seen him play left back, we've seen him play on the right, and it took him 3 positions before he made these staple position on the right. But he played on the left and he played as a left back, you know, so we see this happen with a lot of players, and I think this guy's going to end up as a number 8. I really do. He's just exceptional. He could even play a number 10 if he wanted to. But I think the position he plays now
suits him at his age, suits him with his skill set. Because I mentioned halftime about Thomas Partey. He plays that deep lying role for us at Arsenal, but he's got the ability to play that 8. If he had somebody alongside him, Thomas Partey could play that 8. So I see Bellingham right now with his. You can see in that 6th position, he wants the ball. He's looking for runners.
Yeah, because you can't play him at the 4 because he's just too deep. He won't affect the game, especially in the final third. So you want him as far up as possible, so you can play him in a sort of a what they call a swing 6. Which is as long as you have somebody like a Partey or a Makelele or an Essien, because let's face it, Partey does 2 jobs. Partey is a 4/6. He controls the entire midfield. You can play him with someone like that, but you want Bellingham as forward as possible because he puts so much damage onto your defense. I love it.
I'll have him forward in transition because, like the goal, he got the ball deep and ran with the ball. And that's the thing is having him in that position centrally to dictate play. Yeah. Even on the wing, he can dictate it. You know, he's so versatile. I just love players like that who have got multi-talented and not afraid to use their body. He's got height. He's got good height. You know, this is what I'm saying, where the best form of defense is attack against teams that are quality. If you've got the players, England have the players, the manager's got to believe in them. Get these guys playing free-flowing football, one-touch football, stretch the likes of France backwards, because you can clearly see that they, as challenged as England are from a defensive point of view, it's going to be an interesting game on Friday.
Yeah, 6'2", and according to Jurgen Klopp, he's still growing. Gary, you wanted to say something before I go to Ebony?
No, I just said it's Saturday, the England game, not Friday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ebony, you got the conch.
Okay. Before I give my ratings, I'm just going to say that I agree with Good Beats Entertainment. The way England played in the first 20-25 minutes, if they keep on doing this backwards, sideways, and keeping themselves open as they did in the first 20 or so minutes, France will get them on the break and they will get beat. Okay, so and this is why people think that England will probably beat France. I don't think that they will, but we'll see what happens on Saturday. Rating. So Jordan Pickford didn't really have that great deal to do. He made a couple of decent saves, so I'm going to give him a 7. But other than that, he was untouched. Apollo, could you put the things up again? Thank you. Kyle Walker, I thought he was solid, so I'm going to give him a 7. Stones, again, solid, as was Maguire. In actual fact, no, I'm going to give Maguire 6. Stones a 7. Maguire 6. I mean, there was a couple of points where he just didn't know what he was doing. He almost gifted Senegal a goal. I don't know what he was doing, so he gets a 6. Shaw, he had an all right game. Didn't really put a foot wrong, so I give him a 7. Henderson, I think this is his best game. Took his goal well. He gets a 7. He gets a 7.5. Rice didn't really. I'm not quite sure how he gets a 7 because he didn't actually do anything. I don't even think he touched the ball once.
Yeah, I'm not giving any player on the team anything less than a 7 today because I thought that they all did well.
Yeah, he gets a 5. He just didn't do anything for me. Didn't touch the ball once. Man of the match, Bellingham, he gets a 10. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for his interceptions, if he didn't run the game through the middle of the park, England possibly would have actually maybe scored 1-0. But thanks to him, he controlled that middle there. So, and I would actually like to see him playing as an attacking midfielder. So he gets a 10. Saka, he took his goal well. I thought he had a great game. He gets a 9. Kane, he gets a 6. Yeah, he scored a goal, but I mean, he missed a great chance given to him by Saka. And, it will be his face that will be plastered all over the media, hailing him like he's some messiah. Yeah, he scored a goal. Whoopie-doo. He gets a 6. But I just thought that, he wasn't the best. And, the fact that he tried to drop deep, he's not that type of player. He really isn't. He's not a Rooney type player. So I wish he would stop trying to drop so deep because he doesn't have the skill and he doesn't have the pace to for that type of skill. Foden, great game again. He gets a 9. Southgate, yeah, if he actually set up his team better, we wouldn't have had like so many backwards, sideways. He gets a 6.
So Victor says, didn't know you guys were doing live one. Yeah, we're streaming the live England games at the moment. I think as we come closer to the final, we'll just stream more important games. We're definitely going to try and stream the semi-finals and then the final. We'll definitely do that regardless of who plays. But yeah, man, happy to sit with you lot and just chill out and enjoy some football. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And as for Good Beats, he says, I think England's problem is going to be the final is France. No, they give France that kind of space. It's good, not England. And it's not even that. When you look at, and I keep going back to Mbappe's goals, he created them out of nothing with very little back foot, with the back lift. There's nothing you can do when a guy does that. Thierry Henry, Alexis Sanchez, you just have to marvel in the glory of such an amazing player. And unfortunately, I don't see England's defenders are not that athletic that they come out and press you really early. So I don't know how they're going to deal with Mbappe. That's going to be a problem for them. Giroud is going to be a problem for Maguire and Stones. He's going to give them hell. And it's hard to believe Giroud is 35 years old. But look, look how old Cristiano Ronaldo is. Look how old Messi is. Robert Lewandowski. Guys, this World Cup, we'll be saying goodbye to some real all-world talent in all-world Hall of Fame talent of our game. We're going to be saying goodbye to a lot of good players. Gary, you got the conch.
Okie dokie. Jordan Pickford, crucial save in the first half before England went 1-0 up. Like you said, Apollo, I think if that goes in, it's a completely different game. So all important save. Sometimes a save is as good as a goal or even better because it kept the game at 0-0. So I picked 8. Kyle Walker. I think today was the first time I've actually seen him get done for pace and have to commit a foul. Normally, he will keep going, keep running, and his pace will let him take over the player that he's chasing. So that's a little worrying sign, especially with Mbappe next on the horizon. Maybe it's because he's struggling for a bit of fitness, coming back from an injury. So let's hope that will be the last time he gets done for pace. So Walker can get a 7. Stones and Maguire, I thought both of them was very shaky in the first half. Give the ball away on 3-4 occasions between them in some dangerous positions. So they both get 6s. Luke Shaw, I don't really think Luke Shaw had a good game. I don't really think Luke Shaw had a bad game. He kind of really didn't do anything of much note that I saw. So he gets a 6. Jordan Henderson, I'm not a Jordan Henderson fan. I can understand how he's good to have round the squad. But in the first half, like Vincey was saying, it didn't make any sense tactically what positions he was taking up. Pushing Saka inside and then Henderson's taking the wing. And you think, well, what's he going to do there? Who's he going to run past? There's a couple of times when he could have played the ball and he didn't. He held on to it too long. But he scored the all-important first goal. So he gets a 7. Declan Rice, non-existent, really. He didn't really break up anything. He didn't really get forward. I didn't see him making many tackles. He's got stuck in a couple of times, but I just don't understand what he was trying to do through that game. In 90 minutes or 90 plus minutes, you didn't really hear his name being spoken by the commentators. So it's another 6 for Declan Rice. Jude Bellingham, to be honest, I can't really say anything that you guys haven't already said. The young kid at 19 years old to play like that in a game of this magnitude was absolutely fantastic. He ran the show. He was involved in everything good that England done, came through Bellingham. So he gets a 10. And it's a scary thought that the kid's only 19. And it's just a shame that he's going to be way out of Arsenal's price range, because if you put him in that midfield where you have Partey sitting behind him and you allow Bellingham to go and play his game, could you imagine what that's like when you got Saka on one side, you got Martinelli the other side?
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
You got Jesus up front. You got Odegaard sitting behind Jesus. That's a scary thought to see what that kid could do in that team. Saka.
Wow.
I think Saka had an amazing game. I think in the first half, he was England's bright spot. Him and Foden together until Bellingham popped up in the 38th minute. Everything that England done should have gone through Saka and Foden, but for some reason, England wanted to play through this middle in all the tight little spaces instead of getting the ball out wide, and it didn't work. Once we got the ball out wide, we created them trouble. He put one on a plate for Kane, he put it over the bar. He almost found Foden from a glancing header. So very good performance for Saka. And he capped it off with a goal. So Saka gets a 9. Harry Kane, I'm going to give Harry Kane an 8. Missed the chance, which again for him, and I said it last week, Harry Kane should be banging them goals in for fun because we see him do it at Spurs on a weekly basis.
And he's having his best season. He's having his best season ever. So yeah.
Just going to say that, upon. I was just going to say that he's had his best scoring season ever. I think he scored something like 11 or 12 in the Premier League, or 10 or 11 in the Premier League, maybe. You know, and he's had chances in this World Cup, in the group games, and in this game, and he hasn't looked like he could hit a cow's bottom with a banjo. You know, he looks way off the pace, but I like it when he drops deep. I disagree with Ebony. I think he can drop deep because he's got the touch and he's got the pass to put. But we've got to get runners going past him. So if he drops deep and we've got runners on the diagonal or from midfield, he can find them. So he gets an 8. Happy to see him score, and hopefully now that boosts his confidence coming with France, and he can start scoring a couple more. Foden, I think the guy's an amazing talent, and I can't for the life of me understand how Mason Mount got in the team ahead of this guy. I really can't. There's just no comparison. It's not even close. And everything that England done today came through Bellingham, Foden, and Saka. Those were the 3 that made England work today. You know, so Foden gets a 9, contributed 2 assists. As for the manager, Southgate, I would love to see what an Arteta or Guardiola would do with this England team and how they would play.
Well, I can promise you they wouldn't be playing
36 minutes until England actually scored the first goal on the 38th minute, I think it was.
Yeah.
England looked like they had. So you cut out there?
No, I'm back. I'm here.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Gary, loud and clear. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I think the 2 England scored, it just looked like there was no idea. There was no tactic. There was no plan. It was just like, we're just going to pass backwards and sideways. We're not going to go anywhere. We don't want to go out wide. We want to channel everything through the middle. And we let Senegal into the game. And we was lucky that England was lucky they wasn't 2-0 down before we had a shot in anger, you know?
Exactly.
So I just don't understand what the actual plan was. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, wait a minute, we can play here. Harry Kane drops deep, slides the ball through, great run by Bellingham, puts it in the box, and there's the other midfielder arriving to knock it in. So, and it gets me that you have to wait that long to see what you should be seeing a lot earlier. So Southgate, for me, I'll give him a 6 because I was impressed with his selection. I'm not too sure about Rashford not starting, but over Henderson, but it proved to be the right call in the end. So, but I'm just not so sure about his tactical awareness. So he gets a 6.
So some chat now here, guys. Let's have a look. G says Saka, Bellingham, Foden. If England find a young striker and a top young cornerback, the future is massive. Bro, where have you been for the last? What is going? Marcus Rashford. People are even saying now that he should be playing instead of Harry Kane. So I don't know where you're going with that. He might be playing wide on the right in Saka's position, but Rashford can play as a 9 and has done for most of his career. And he says, if we can get past France, we'll have a good chance of getting our hands on the trophy. This is Bertram. Is that Bertram? Because I think G is saying Bertram, so it must be Bertram. Bertram saying, G, let's talk after the France game. Looked like a world beater against Iran, but ordinary against the USA. G says, Bertram, you have to wonder when the wheels will come off. France can be got at defensively. Then again, so can England. It should be interesting quarterfinal for the neutral. Both of them living in the States, of course. G saying, interesting question though, isn't it? It's often said that this England team is very young and has a great future, a lot which is true, but Harry Kane will be 34 next World Cup. There's no sign of a successor. Marcus Rashford. I said it twice. Of similar quality. So maybe the time is now. Why isn't Rashford getting any? Sorry, Marcus Rashford, MBE. I should have said it properly, Vincey. Do I see a smile there from Vincey? Yes, I do. Good. And then Bertram says, "Gee, I agree, but they have a lot of offense." Yeah. Where did a lot of offense get them in the Euro finals against one of the best defensive teams in Europe, in Italy? So it's that conversation that we're having, really, aren't we? We're talking about that conversation again. And guys, you're not going to believe this. The Skins and the New York Giants have finished. It's 2020. It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a draw. So Bertram, me and you can tip a glass to each other tonight, even though I'm wearing the Jamaican national team, even though I'm making a Jamaican top for you. So yeah,
that helps nobody in fantasy. That helps nobody when you're doing picks. Absolutely nobody.
I know. Like, yeah, where do you go with the picks? I don't even like. Everybody got that wrong, then, isn't it?
Next season we'll have to sort that out.
Yeah, Bertrand and Apollo, I was talking about France in terms of offense. Oh, yeah. I don't think nobody's really had a go at France's defense. And so, yeah, I 100% agree with you, bro, 100%. Guys, let's quickly take a look. Let's get rid of the player ratings and let's take a look before we sign off at the favourites. Who is favourite to win this World Cup? I've just gone to the bookies. And here we are, guys. Here we are. Let's blow this up so we can all see it. Here we go.
England.
So, final. So this is the percentage of chances. So England have got a, what's that? 100%. Yeah, well, they've already got there. Yeah,
they're already there. That's why
they're already there. That's the reason why. So they've got a 50. They've got a 59% chance of beating France. So England are actually the favourites.
Yeah, but we don't know if we're going to play. We don't know if we're going to play France yet, do we? Oh,
yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
So France have a 40.8% chance of winning, and England 59.2%. So England are the favourites. They're the bookie. What am I? Lisa, can you get me some rum, please? I don't know what I'm reading here. So, does anybody agree with that?
No, I don't.
Is there something we're missing, Gary?
No, I don't understand that at all. I mean, you can look at it from the point of view that England won 3-0 and France won 3, but France won 3. Yeah, France have scoring goals for fun and Mbappe's a killer. So I don't get that. It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
The thing is, what people are overlooking is there's goals galore in this England team. Yeah, you shut down Mbappe, France struggle. So that's why England have the even though France are the holders and technically they should be the favourites, you know, because they're technically the World Cup.
But England, the book is English.
The book is English jokes.
That's probably a good reason.
Do you know what? They can cause France problems, but
I can't see it.
I fear for England's defence if they give Mbappe opportunities and Giroud. I really do fear because them two.
England's defence will be far too slow for France.
Guys, let me just show you this figure right here. The percentage of probability to get to the final. England are higher than Argentina. Can everybody see this stat here that I'm going over with the mouse? They are literally the same percentage of getting to the final as Brazil.
That to me is just biased, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, this is what Vincey was right.
It's an easier route because you've got the likes of you won't have to go via Argentina and Brazil. England would then have to, if they beat France, the only two teams they've got a concern about is Portugal and Spain.
Yeah, so no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Can I just say that England's qualifiers, they've had relatively easy teams. So, people think that England are world beaters. I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. England will lose against France.
So, Ebony, who's your dark horse here? Because mine is Spain. Spain, for me, people are
Holland.
not giving them. People ain't
Holland.
getting.
That's my dark horse. I would
Wow.
love to. They've been the unluckiest team, or they've been the best team to never win it.
Wow. Vincey, what about you?
Who's your dark horse, did you say?
Yeah, who's
Holland.
your dark horse?
Netherlands.
I'm saying it's Spain.
I'm still saying England. I really am. It's about time, yeah, that England show up in a World Cup and come correct. This squad that they've got right now, people talk a lot about the team that they had with Gerrard and Beckham and Lampard. You see this team right now, at this age, they're scoring the goals that they're scoring. Now it's a case of going up against the world beaters, France, and putting in a performance. Can they do it? Well, it's got to be down to the manager and see whether he picks the right game plan, because they've got the players who can cause France problems. Imagine if Pogba playing for them in the midfield. We wouldn't even be having this discussion.
Yeah, true.
Because he would be controlling
I
that
really
midfield.
can't. With the team that they've got, I really can't see France getting beat by England. If it
Would
happens,
anyone be tempted to bring in Phillips?
My socks.
I think it could be a good shout there, Gary, because Carl Walker's going to have to do a number on Mbappe.
Sorry, Vincey, let me go. Bertram saying no one's picking Brazil. We're talking about a dark horse, not the favourites. So I think we all think Brazil are going to win it, although some might say France. But we're saying who's going to be the dark horse? Who's the sleeper? And I'm saying Spain. Ebony's saying Holland. Vincey's saying England are the sleepers. And we haven't come to Gary yet. Go on, Vincey.
Yeah, I was just saying, just in response to what Gary was saying, he was saying, would you bring in Phillips? I think England have to, Kyle Walker has to do a number on Mbappe, because he can't just leave Maguire out there. He can't just leave Stones out there. So he's going to have to do a number on Mbappe on that side of the pitch. Yes, you've got Dembele on the other side, and Shaw could do a number there. But the problem is where England dominate is in the midfield. So if you bring in a Phillips, who's going to sit there and allow Bellingham to do his stuff, if he performs like he played tonight, France are going to have problems.
Yeah, I think that'll probably they'll leave that to Declan Rice, don't they? The way that they're set up at the moment, but they'll have to change the setup, Vincey, in order to do that. Yeah, they'll have to definitely change.
Technically speaking, we only played with Rice as a holding midfielder today because Bellingham got forward, Henderson,
of course,
got forward. So it was only Rice holding. But against France, surely it makes sense to leave Henderson out, play the Phillips as a second holding midfielder, allow Bellingham to do what he's doing. Yeah, because Walker's going to take Mbappe, which then. And if Mbappe gets past Walker, Stones has to come across, which leaves a gaping hole, which when you need a central midfielder to fill in. Yeah. But then you've still got another midfielder covering the midfield. So it would make sense in my book to bring two holding midfielders.
But Gary, that's the reason why I said this is what got England to a Euros final against Italy. Exactly the same way, playing with two holding. You know, those guys kept 7 clean sheets. Let's not forget that, guys. That is a record. In international competitions, in any World Cup, any Euros, in any Copa America, no team has ever had 7 clean sheets. And that was because they had Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips sitting in front of that defense, keeping things nice and tidy. They played flawless. They're not going into this World Cup in that same sort of formation. They're playing Declan Rice as the single holding. He's playing a Thomas Partey role.
He's no Thomas Partey, though, is he?
No, he isn't. He isn't. But it's allowing players to go forward and express themselves. Is that going to work against France? No.
No, so it's not.
I agree with Gary that they're going to have to take a step back. And this is why I always challenge Southgate tactically, because he hasn't shown me that he can do that. He hasn't shown me that he can tactically win a game at the upper echelon of world football. He's fallen short every time he's been in a position to show me that he can overcome that. And we'll have to wait and see what happens next Saturday. We really do. Gary, you forgot to give your dark horse team. Who's your dark horse? You're on mute, Gary. I think he's talking to somebody. Gary, who's your dark horse? You're a Xhaka fan, so you can
I'm going to have to go for Argentina because I just think they're Messi driven. Well, I was going to say that, but no, I think Argentina are just Messi driven. And I don't think Argentina have got much else, but I think Messi seems to be on one, and I think the guy can win a game on his own. And they've stumbled kind of through the group, but I just think Argentina, Brazil. It's going to depend on whether Neymar gets back. If he's struggling with that ankle injury, is he going to be fit enough to return?
Do they really need him?
But their bench is sick, Brazil, isn't it? I mean, their bench is outrageous.
They've lost Jesus now. They've lost Jesus.
I don't know, but I just think Argentina, as long as Messi stays fit, and I think Argentina can go all the way. I wouldn't like to see them win it, obviously, but I'm still smarting from the hand of God.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah, I think Argentina for me.
I think if England score 3 goals, they win.
It's not going to happen.
They score 3. They get. They've been scoring 3 goals in what, 2 games?
Yeah, against like relatively easy opposition.
But if they
and England always fall short when they come up against a better side. Look at the USA game.
In all fairness,
Ebony,
in all fairness, no one's really tested that France back line. In all fairness,
and they've got the players who can test them. So if they score 3 goals, I can't see as good as Mbappe is. England will have to really panic to lose that game.
Can you actually see that England defense actually be overcoming Mbappe, Giroud, and them?
Bertram has a point though. He says France
score.
and England are not dark horses. A dark horse would be like Japan, Switzerland. Yeah, maybe Holland. Yeah, I agree with him. That's why I went for, because if you go Argentina, Gary, they're in second, right? So they're probably one of the favourites. So I'm thinking of a dark horse, like Croatia. Look at what happened with Croatia last time around. Someone like that who's plays good football, solid football.
I'll change my mind. I'm going to go for Argentina just to please Bertram. I'm going to go for Switzerland now because of Saka, because of my guy Granite who lives around the corner from my mum. I'm going to go Switzerland.
I had to go to Spain because Spain are the youngest team in the competition and they're playing some really good football. Go on, Vincent.
Yeah, but I couldn't even, by that definition of dark horse, you can't even put Spain in that ability because they've won it before. So
this is a different team though. That team's gone.
No, but
this is a young team.
You could say the same about England. We haven't been alive since England have won something, so I don't know how they can be classed as favourites in anything because they haven't done nothing. So
but obviously FIFA has its rankings, isn't it? And they're ranked in the top.
But if you're doing the same analogy with a new team with Spain, well, when was the last time Holland won the World Cup? So you can look and you think, well, actually, look at what England are trying to achieve. They really are dark. There's nothing favourite about England, just other than the.
They went to the final of the Euros last year, mate.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean nothing.
Should have won it as well.
Yeah, should have won it.
Their World Cup record is poor. So as big a nation as England are, they really are a dark horse. They're in a very fortunate position to be in this situation, but they've done nothing.
So, guys, which is your favourite goal of the World Cup so far?
It pains me to say it, but it will have to be Richarlison's bicycle kick.
Nah.
Which goal? I mean, that was a beautiful individual goal. I think England's goal with Bellingham, Kane, and Sterling's
I'm gonna go last.
Sterling's goal.
I'm gonna go last on this one.
That was a good team goal. I don't know.
Gary knows what I'm going to say. That's why I'm going last. Gary knows what I'm going to say.
I don't know.
Well, we're talking about the best goal in the tournament.
Yeah. I'll go
I think
last.
Mbappe's second goal today was a bit special, weren't it?
Yeah,
it was. Just come out of nowhere. He picked the ball up, cut aside, bang, and it was in. But,
Bertram's just hold me up here and spilled my beans for me. My favorite goal is Holland against the USA. 20 uninterrupted passes. And you know what was great about the goal is they were being pressured and pressed from the back end. And DeLong was playing. DeLong dropped back and took control of the ball from all defenders and the goalkeeper, played it into the midfield, came back to him, sprayed it around, and they just went bang, 3 touches, and it was in the back of the net. If you haven't seen the goal, go and check it out now. Holland against USA. It's Depay's goal. Just absolutely brilliant. When you look at the passes, you're just like, how is this team passing them off the park? And then it ends. When it goes into the back of the net, you're just like, the ultimate team goal. This is what, if you're trying to teach a young player how to play football, show them the Holland goal against the USA. Absolutely tells you everything you need to know about the technical side of how football is played today, playing out at the back. Absolutely brilliant. Big up to you, Bertram. Big up, man. But that was my goal of the tournament so far. Huh?
I said, Bertram, you watch too much football, man. I can't even remember the goal. I think I watched it.
Oh, well, and you know what? Depay scored like 15 goals in 17 games for Holland. And you think they've got Gakpo as well. You know what, Ebony? You just wait to see what they're going to do next weekend. They can surprise a lot. Yeah. It might surprise a few
I told
people.
you that they have been the unluckiest team not to win it. They came close in 74, the year before I was born. And ever since then, they've just been so unlucky. Another team that's been unlucky I know they're out, but Belgium.
Yeah.
They've got great players individually.
They've had some players, haven't they, Holland, over the years?
They have. They've had Holland have had Cruyff, they've had Gullit, they've had Van Persie.
What's your mission of the tournament?
I think look when you got a team like Dries, Cortes, Lukaku, De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, they really have punched below their weight. And the worst thing about it is they're all in their 30s now. Like that's it, it's gone. Their time's gone now. Their time's gone.
Their best time was 4 years ago, as De Bruyne said. Their best time was 4 years ago. Especially when they beat England.
Do you know, just following on what everybody's saying about Holland.
Here's something we can all agree on.
I was just going to say that people think England have been unlucky on penalties, but Holland have been probably worse on penalties. They've gone out on so many tournaments on penalties, and it would actually be nice to see either one, Holland or England, winning, because both nations deserve.
I'd actually prefer Holland to win it because they've never won it. They've never won it.
Yeah,
even when they had Cruyff, they just didn't win it.
They're going to build a new team around Origi, Sambi Lokonga. Those are the guys that are going to be in their prime at the next World Cup. Mertens, I think, is still going to be around. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Belgium. It's going to be tough. But then they got a lot of young players as well, so we'll have to wait and see. I mean, look at what's the guy who
might be there in 4 years' time.
Yeah, look at the guy. Yeah, because he's young. He's only 24. The guy we sent out on loan. God, what's his name? To Marseille.
Your favorite left back. Your favorite left back.
Oh God. What's his name? Oh, Arsenal player on loan at left back at Marseille. Tavares, Nuno Tavares. He's going to be around as well, so they're going to have a. Yeah.
What were you going to say earlier on, Gary? Just before
I Portuguese.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he is Portuguese. Yeah,
I'm sure he is.
I was going to say, everyone's miss of the tournament. We're talking about Bert.
Yes, you know what, Lukaku.
Portuguese. He's
it was just a
Portuguese,
joke.
Tavares, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not Belgium.
Yeah. Sorry, Portuguese. The Lukaku, he could have had 4 or 5 goals in that game. How bad? Honestly, if that was me, I'd retire. He's just Lukaku's
young enough.
I mean,
he's young enough. He's
shocking.
Shocking.
He's 30, isn't he? He's 30.
Yeah. He's young enough to make a comeback, but he's woeful. Woeful.
He was awful. I mean, you know what? You know what made me laugh? Every time he missed, the camera zoomed on his face, and he had that.
Is he 30 really?
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. He had that look. He had that Home Alone look on his face, like, like you didn't believe that. And I was like, dude, you just missed 2 or 3 5 minutes ago. So how are you surprised? That's the worst display of the tournament so far for me. Terrible.
He'll be back.
Oh, terrible. All right, guys, it's 9:45 now. I'm going to chill out with the missus and watch some TV. I hope you guys are okay. Thanks for joining for the stream. So my summary of the game, England have gone through to the quarterfinals, guys. Quite a good result for them considering what they were up against, but they are through. Doesn't really matter how much you do it. It's a shame because Senegal, 1 shot on target from them. You expected a little bit more, but it is what it is, and they're through. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you got in front of you. You got to do the job, and England done the job. Vincey, closing comments?
England got the job done. They got away with it in the first half, but we have a great quarterfinal to look forward to. Should be some good football. I don't think France would allow England to be boring. So it's going to be a win-win for the football fan. And fingers crossed England, for me, can get a result. I think it'd be really interesting if they do beat France. So, yeah.
And Ebony, your thoughts on the game? Closing comments?
The upcoming game, if England leave as much space as they did today in the middle of the park for about 38 minutes, France will beat them. I cannot see the English defense coping with the likes of Giroud and Mbappe. So
it's going to be a big test for them.
So I think that, it's about time, people are talking about, England they've not lost the game, blah, 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 and England are world beaters. England are not world beaters. They're not world beaters. And they will come undone. They will come up against a decent side that will beat them. And that will be France.
Gary, closing comments?
Yeah, agree with what most of you have said. Didn't really think England were that much cop until they really thought they could go and play. And then once they did, there was no stopping them. Look forward to the France game on Saturday. I think this is a game where Maguire and Stones come into their own because they've got that big target man to battle against. Hopefully Walker can keep Mbappe quiet and we can score a few goals. And just on quick subject, if you're going to watch TV, you've got Netflix, get on that Wednesday. Brilliant.
Oh, yeah, I'm on episode 6. I'm on episode 6.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant TV show.
It is really, really good. It is really good. So, guys, listen, that's it from us. 18 saying, look at the colours Ebony is wearing, says it all, really, France. I'm so dead. So that's it from us, guys. I'll speak to you later, man. Peace out, everybody. Hope to enjoy the stream.